Boys. Welcome. Welcome to Thursday Night Fights. We're back. We're back. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? I'm so happy to see you guys here. I'm glad you guys liked that intro. Far too much time went into it. But I needed something cool for people to watch and observe subtle details while my fat ass is getting ready to stream, making sure everything sounds right. I already fucked something up on the stream, but I can't change it now that I clicked start streaming. It's some real technical shit. Y'all won't even notice, but man, it's gonna tilt me sideways. Gonna tilt me sideways, I think. By the way, shout out to you, Leroy Sunset. First cheers of the night. Channel member. Cheers, my dude. I'm so happy to see you here. Primo! Wait for it. It might pop up. It might pop up. This might be coming right at it here. Maybe a little over here. Maybe a little over there. Ba-boom! There it is. I don't know. It's somewhere. It's somewhere. But I gotta say, holy shit, man. Welcome to the S tier Primo. My dude. Cheers to you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That is awesome. That is awesome. Cheers to you. We got a new member of the channel. That means a lot. That means a lot, man. Cheers to the channel member showing up here tonight. Cheers to the new channel member, Primo. That support is huge right now. I decided to be a loser, boys, as some of you know. Someone asked me today if I'm a full-time content creator, and I was like, I mean, I quit my job, but I'm not really doing. I'm doing the same shit I was doing before I quit. I don't know, boys. It's just that time of year. It's time for change, all right? 2023 is going to be a year of change, all right? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I don't know, what's in store for me for a career. Maybe making content is awesome, and I enjoy it, and I don't want to do anything else, and thanks to great channel memberships and stuff, I can pay the electric bill, and I can pay the internet bill, and then we can keep this whole fucking show running. But I can tell you one thing. It's one of my goals in 2023. And y'all better be ready for it. One of my goals, 2023. I'm going to achieve DFC gold. I shall be a DFC champion. But I'm going to have to prove myself first. I'm back in the top 10. And now I gotta fucking earn it. And it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Look, don't you doubt, Dan. You take that, all that doubt you have in you, sit back, take a sip, bro. That's what I want you to do. Bottle up all that doubt that you have about me. Put it right in your mouth, take a sip. Drown that shit, bro. Drown it. Drown it, because it's gonna happen. This is an epic card, man. I'm actually honored to even be on this card, because this thing is sick. Very pumped about this, man. We got the return. We got the return of Joby. We got the return of Joby on this card. He's back. He's fighting. He's fighting up against Root. Root is switching characters for this duel. He's not going to be an Eleet Druid anymore. We're not going to see Root on an Eleet Druid today. We're going to see him on a Fire Sorceress with new fire rules. By the way, my dude, Extimus. Holy hell, brother. Cheers to you, man. Welcome. Welcome to Legend Tier. Dude, that is awesome. Cheers to you, X. If you guys don't know, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here. I don't know how you got here in the first place, if you don't know. But Xtimus was the OG. Somebody called me an OG the other day. An OG D2 creator. It was Schmuck himself on his stream. Called me an OG. No. Xtimus is the real OG. Cheers to you, Xtimus. Still remember that first time you popped into a Twitch stream, dude? Made me feel like an accomplished Diablo player. You've got an aura you bring with you, bro. Made me feel accomplished. New fire rules, so slight change on the fire rules, okay? Before, we had pretty restrictive fire rules. Your stack and your absorb could not collectively go above 95. So you couldn't have 85 res and dwarf, is what that boils down to. You now can. You can have 85 res and dwarf. So it works just like any of the other absorb rules, right? 80-20, basically. You still have yet to see what that's going to do to a fire druid. We may have to change it specifically for a fire druid, but the rule was put in place for a fire druid. Shamans are still pretty insane. I hate to do anything that hurts them, but I think they're still going to be okay. We will see. We will see. We're going to see some of them tonight. Calm down. We're going to see some of them tonight. And if it looks absolutely effed, then we'll do something about it. Okay? We're going to do something about it. But we had to change it, okay? We had to change it. Dong, my dude. Holy shit. You guys are too kind. Dong, special cheers to you, bro. Dong is a legend in and of himself. This guy has been on every single streaming platform I've ever been on. I see him on all my YouTube videos, in the Discord, everywhere. This guy's everywhere. That's right. Big dong energy is what it is. That's what we have now on this stream. Cheers to you, man. Thank you so much. That's huge. I appreciate that. Y'all should have some fun access to some new emojis, which I'm hoping you get to use tonight. The Coooley sweep emoji. Of course, we got that uploaded, and of course, I'm hoping to do some sweeping. I'm hoping to sweep the fucking floor with an assassin tonight. I hate to do it at the expense of Bowie, because he's a phenomenally good Sin. But I got my helm, and I got a whole new Sin setup. I'll show you in a bit. I don't need Bowie. I don't need Bowie seeing it and strategizing and knowing what he's up against now, because there's some subtlety tricks that I have spent minutes mastering. Minutes. And I think they're gonna pay off. They're gonna give me the best shot that I've ever had against any assassin. But I still could get ganked, boys. This is the DFC. This is competitive play. These are the top players in the world. These are the top players in the world. Where's my e-cig charger? Can't be going without this shit. If there's one thing I can't have, I can't not have in a duel, it's nicotine. But boys, this card is awesome. In case you didn't know, last week, or really this month in general, has been absolutely savage, because we've had the 22 Knights of Terror throwing random events our way that sometimes get in the way of PvP. For example, enhanced damage. There was some other shit. Last week we had the gambling thing. We're just not dueling when we can gamble for free for 24 hours straight. In fact, that was the longest, I think that was actually the record. I think that was the longest stream I've ever done in my life. YouTube couldn't even save it all. It was a 17-hour stream. YouTube couldn't even save it all. It only saved like the first 12. But of course, when that shit happens, if it happens on a DFC night, boys, it's just like this. Mark my words. If they do 50% experience gain on a DFC night, DFC is canceled. We should all be leveling. I see a lot of characters in the DFC that are not level 99, and we all need to be there. Yeah. So when shit like that happens, obviously, DFC is postponed. But then, it was right back to back. So many events that just trolled PvP. You know, like I said, we had the damage thing. There was something else. Faster run walk isn't bad, but still, it does actually benefit some builds. There was a lot of shit. There's been a lot of shit. But luckily tonight, the one that we have isn't really that bad. It doesn't troll us that bad. We're gonna see how it goes. It's kind of a dumb one, honestly. I don't even think it's good for PVM. But it'll be good. Diablo leveling comp. That's exactly what it turns into. I'm glad you know this, Brand. Brand's on board. Like, it will be, you know, instead of joining a game with 8 other or 7 other duelers and clicking hostile, we just click party. It's just the difference of 1 click. That's all it is. But it changes the entire stream. That 1 click from hostile to party changes everything. It changes everything. The whole tone. Oh yeah. We had double HP. That's right. Yeah, double HP. Which now, after seeing all of the other ones, I'm like, well, shit. I wish we were just dueled. Like, we should have just dueled on that day. Like, I thought we were gonna get plagued for the entire month. I was like, well, we're just done for the entire month with all of this shit. Yeah. Oh, was it really? I didn't even think of that, dude. I didn't even try to farm any torches, Rob. That's a smart idea, though. That's a really smart idea. I should have done it. I still need to get my 2020s. I might actually go on a tirade now that I'm basically a bum. Look, I say that. I say I'm a bum. I say I'm a loser. All right, boys? But I want you to know one thing. Thanks to the help of you guys, thanks to your viewership, thanks to your support, thanks to the opportunities that we've had, thanks to crazy companies that want to pay me money to talk about their shit on YouTube. I paid off my house this year. I got a goddamn bill. I had to get a credit card just to keep my credit straight. It's still pretty thin, but fuck it. I don't owe anything to anybody. We've worked hard over these last couple of years, and it's been all thanks to you guys. I couldn't have done it without you. And I'm taking this time to spend it with you. I got to sit in the Discord today at 4 p.m., 3:30 p.m. Maybe it was even earlier than that. Randomly on a Thursday, and chill with my boys, Eddie, Maddie, and Max, who would also, I'm not sure if they had the day off or what, but it didn't matter. We were all there. I hope to do that more often, spend more time with you guys, and have these streams where we go on absolute tirades and try to get ourselves 2020 torches. Because now that 2020 and Nihilist charms are dirt cheap, it's time to get 2020 torches. The only way to go about it. I mean, everything needs to be perfect. Why? Because why not? Who sits there and is like, man, I just want to stay on a budget my entire life. Give me more videos. Give me more videos, Coooley, about the budget characters, because I can't afford nothing. What? What do you mean? Budget? How's this for budget? Non-perfect Last Wish. Non-perfect Torch. 1999 Annihilus Charm. That's about as budget as you're going to get from this channel. Non-perfect Skillers with life. $44 life skillers. That's what you're gonna get. That's how it is. Okay? We ain't staying on a budget. We like to duel. We need to get budget right out of the way. Alright. Christ, man. Well, I better at least have like a room. Better at least have a room in that place. Dedicated to me. There better be a tennis court. I don't play tennis, but there had better be a tennis court Just in case I decide I want to play tennis someday. Basketball court in case I ever decide I want to roll my ankle. If you don't have all of that, forget it. You have all of that? If you do, it's probably too expensive, and I'll still say no. You paid too much. What's up, Sweet Phil? I'm sipping on... It looks like piss. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like I pissed in a glass. But this... No, this ain't wild turkey today. I got the whiskey on deck. Don't worry. Whiskey's on deck, all right? This is a performance enhancing drug. It is iced tea, 0-calorie iced tea, with a splash of vodka. Not too much. We keep it classy on this stream. Did you think there was a stream ever where we weren't classy? Nobody clip that and make a fucking... I can see some of your gears turning. I can see some of your gears turn. Nobody clip that and start making a montage of non-classy clips, okay? Alright, whatever. There's times where we're not classy, but it has nothing to do with what I'm sipping on. It has everything to do with Assassins. Like, it actually has everything to do with Assassins. I'll be the first to admit, I've rage quit. I've freaked out. Man. Max even said that today. He's like, if there's one thing that tilts you so fast, it's an assassin duel. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Custom Diablo Chalice. Dude, I actually, thank you for, hey, Eximus, you're so observant. You were so observant. You notice that this was my wannabe chalice here. My plan was to decorate this. I was gonna decorate this and paint it like Diablo colors and shit. But then I noticed I'm really lazy. And I was like, I actually don't want to do that. That's gonna take a lot of time, and I bought this at Goodwill for like $2. But I'm probably gonna get a fancy one because I realize now, A, I wouldn't be good at it, but B, I'm kind of lazy. I'm never gonna do that. Yeah, dodging it hardcore. Yeah, dodge hardcore. Yep. Yeah, Yeah, it's part of the immersion. It's part of the immersion. Okay, hold on. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. It's part of the immersion. Okay. How are you going to play a dungeon crawler if you don't sound like you're in a dungeon? You're going to play a dungeon crawler if you don't sound like you're in a dungeon. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. Can you imagine? Oh shit, wrong hotkeys. Here we go. Just imagine. Just imagine we're on our tirade hunting for keys. And now we're down here. And I tell you, boys. Quiet. The Countess is just around the corner somewhere. We're gonna need to slay her. Is that not immersive? Are you not entertained? If you're not, I really don't know what else I can do. I thought it was creative. Ed, I told you. You gotta be quiet. The Countess is somewhere. Countess is somewhere. Yav, hey yo. Hey yo. Cheers to you, Yav. Thank you so much, my dude. Welcome to the legend tier, my friend. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Cheers to you, brother. Cheers to you. But yes, that is why. And it also makes the announcements of these events seem epic. Joe B, what's up, man? What's up? Me and Kriss gonna start soon? Holy shit, you... Damn. Nobody can be early to the duel except me. What do you... You guys are 14 minutes early. Don't you know I like to bullshit? Like to bullshit and talk shit before I talk more shit? Don't you? How many years has it been now? How many years we've been doing this? God damn. All right. Apparently, Vamp and Kriss are going to start really soon here. This is the title fight. We actually don't want to miss this. We really don't want to miss this. Here, let me exit out of this. This is the title fight, boys. Let me build these guys up and let them know the brevity of the Vamp fight, okay? You guys got to know the brevity and the depth of the Vamp fight before you can truly understand seeing this duel and what it's all about. This is going to be nuts. This is going to be nuts. We do have a new champion. Y'all didn't get to see it. This is where I was going with that story. I often go off on tangents, but this is where I was going with that story. We got a new champ in the house. We got a new champ in the house, and his name is Patrick. My dude, cheers to you, brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that membership. Really means a lot right now. That's huge. The other champ, the one that is slightly below Patrick, is Eleet. He's the champion of the DFC. Not quite as cool as a channel member, but close. And he's the new champ. This match was set up before he was the champ. This was actually anticipated to be Stadium PK, previous champ versus Dio. But we had the matchups, and the results of Stadium versus Eleet got in late last night. And boys, if you knew how much emotional energy went into me making these matchups, you wouldn't even ask if I was gonna remake these matches based on new data. It wouldn't even cross your mind. The thought wouldn't cross your mind. Server maintenance in 25... Well, fucking A. Alright, boys, whatever. Title fight, Eleet versus Kriss. This is gonna be nuts. It's True V-Zon in Chaos. Let's fucking get it. Okay? Alright. Server maintenance in 25 minutes. I guess that means we gotta check this out. That means we probably have time for half a round of play from Eleet. Is that going to be enough time for round one, Vamp? Is that going to be enough? You think that's enough time to start stacking up? Hold on. I don't know if it... I'm just kidding. I troll Eleet. He's a good... I love that guy. Hey, people give him too much shit. Too much shit. Alright, let me see if I can get this in the Discord here. Let me see if I can pop this up. See if we can pop this up. We got Vamp and Kriss streaming. I'm gonna pop this out. Let's see if we can watch this epic duel, man. Ooh, it's just already lined up perfectly and I don't have to do anything. Hey yo, Interchange. My dude, you guys are too kind tonight. You guys are too kind. You guys are spoiling me tonight. Making me feel so good with these channel memberships. I want to welcome you guys. Welcome. It really does mean a lot. That support is huge. I want to give a special cheers to you, my dude. Thank you. Thank you so much, Interchange. What? The server muted me? What? Coooley, did you know there's some website that legit transcribes some of your videos as guides? No shit. That's cool. That's kind of cool. Well, honestly, I wouldn't blame them. To be completely honest with you, Jerry, there's been a lot of websites and organizations that have reached out to me because they have nobody to put together PvP guides. Everybody and their fucking mother puts together PVM guides. Some of them good, some of them trash. Same could be said about my PvP guides. Some of them good, some of them trash. But the difference is, Not a lot of people do PvP guides or even have the understanding or know-how. So they've been looking for talent. And I might not have a lot of talent, but I certainly have dueled a lot of people who do. And yeah, so they've reached out. It wouldn't surprise me if they, like, someone behind the scenes just transcribed some shit and was just like, yep, let's just take this, make a guide out of it. I mean, it isn't like I own the rights to these characters and shit, you know what I mean? Except the Murdered-in. I'm fucking patenting that. If y'all show up, if there's a build guide for a Murdered-in, I want you, the next thing I want you to do is give me the number to your best lawyer. Okay, because we're fucking suing them. We're suing them for all they're worth.
Yo, Eleet, bro. Oh, he's muted. Shit.
You know who's not muted? Me. Deafen. I don't know, Eddie's cool though. I feel like I could listen to, I could chat with Eddie all day. Eddie actually, do you guys remember the Facebook stream where Eddie popped in and we were rolling perfect rune words, just abusing seeds in BattleNet? Dude's the man. Dude's the man. He's a cool dude to chill with electronically. Probably IRL too. Let me see that pelt. Oh shit. It's black? He's got a black pelt? Oh man, these guys going at it in the moor? They ain't even going to the... Oh yeah, they asked about this too. Kriss was asking about this, if these guys could duel in the moor. Technically, guys, technically, it says they got to duel in the chaos. But we're only going to make them do that if this shit gets late as fuck. Okay? And look at this, boys. Look at this. We see Eleet taken full advantage of the recent changes. Now this is a player. For anyone that talks shit about Eleet, this is a player y'all need to take some notes from. And what do I mean by that? This guy stays well-read on the rules. Stays well-read. Looks like he might have switched to max block here on his druid, which is completely cool under the new rules. You can now have max block versus a Zon. The only character a druid cannot have max block against, we've got to that point in PvP. You have to make specific matchup rules. Otherwise, like, the blanket rules are a thing of the past. The only character you can't have max block against if you're a druid is versus Barb. Other than that, block is back. Block is back. But we also gave something to the Zon in this matchup. The Zon can now have 11 life leech on both sides. We kicked it back up. Same should be for Sin, in my opinion. No reason to restrict block percent on Sin versus Zon. Max. You might be right. But might I remind you how much I absolutely hate Sins? Now, granted, the rule set doesn't have anything to do with my personal feelings, okay? It's only my personal observations, right? Let's be real. It's my personal observations. So far, from what I've observed, Sins don't necessarily need max block versus Zons. And Zons are certainly disadvantaged in PvP in general right now. Druids most certainly need it. Look at this, man. Eleet trying to get in. He's got a solid opponent here in Kriss. Now, boys, Kriss just came off a savage win against Root, who is a very good Druid player. Oh my god. Nice NATO there. Now, I'm very curious to see. I'm very curious to see if Eleet is actually going to stop summoning some of these pets. Because one of the things that we saw in the duel versus Root is that Kriss would very quickly recover. Oh my god, big hits from the champ, Eleet. Dude, he's getting some damage in. Boys, he's getting some damage in. And he's still choosing to go in with a full zoo of wolves coming in. He's going to go back and keep recasting it, man. Now, the reason I say I'm wondering if he's going to keep doing that is because what we saw in the last duel, Kriss v. Root, is that Kriss would recover and heal so much of his life back on bow side when the Druid would come in. When Root would come in, he would leech so much life back. Oh, look at that. Now that he's got him low, Eleet choosing to use the bear, and only the bear. Very interesting. Very interesting. Can Eleet secure this win? He's actually doing phenomenally well. I was kind of concerned as to how good he would do on a Druid. This isn't his typical class, but look at this, man. He's putting on a clinic. And Kriss coming back, actually getting some nasty damage in there. Nice stomp from Eleet. Unbelievable, boys. Welcome to it. This is the most aggressive I've seen Eleet in a very long time. That was phenomenal. If y'all didn't think Eleet could be aggressive, if you're gonna clip anything, clip this shit. This is, whoo! This is nuts. This is a whole different style of play right here, and I love it. Yeah, it wasn't streamed, Ronaldo. It wasn't streamed. It actually happened in Discord. We had all of those days of the 22 Nights of Terror and shit that were really messing with duels. It was hard to get them in. So it happened on a day where, you know, we weren't streaming and there wasn't any, like, bonuses that would affect PvP. But, yep, Stadium lost, man. I believe it was 4-0. You're seeing a little bit of pixelation here. Don't worry, that's not on your end. That's on mine. I'm going to swap over to Kriss here, see how crisp his stream looks, but it's also going to be good to see it from his angle as well. A little bit pixelated as well, but we're going to get to see his strategy. We're going to get to see his strategy, at least. This is nuts, man. I'm actually, I mean, you guys know me. I usually root against Eleet. Whoever goes up against Eleet, Vamp the champ, I usually root for their opponent. But I'm telling you something. This is the first time, I think, in history where I want to see Eleet do this, because Kriss is one of the most nasty Zons that you can duel against. This guy, some people might be saying, wow, he got a title shot pretty quickly. You know, does he really deserve a title shot? And the answer is fuck yeah. This guy is a savage, man. This guy is a savage, and he's going up against someone that cannot kick back, cannot off-screen against him here. Has to really aggress, has to come in, has to push the pressure. And I am really rooting for Eleet, because I think that's going to be huge when he does, especially on a Druid. And it looks like Kriss fully healing back here from all of these hits. Eleet unable to get a significant amount of damage in here early. Oh, big hits! Just as I say that, he half-lifes him. Can Eleet do it, man? This is nuts. This is nuts. And what's Eleet's life looking like? These guys are both at about half-life here. Eleet getting in with some nasty tellies, but eats some jabs for his troubles, man. Now he switches. He was thinking about switching to the bear there, I think, but he goes back to the wolves. Bows up the wolves. Oh my god, dude. I'm not sure if bowing the wolves is a good idea. He actually leeches more life back off from bowed wolves. Yeah, at this point, Eleet's just trying to get some damage in. He doesn't care that Kriss is leeching life back off the wolves. He just wants the protection of the wolves as he goes in. That's the only thing he's concerned about. He's probably going to switch back to bear when Kriss is low. But as it stands right now, there's too much going on. He needs to get some damage in because he's in a lot of trouble. Needs to get that damage in, boys. He is in a lot of trouble. 500 life, 1,200 life with the Oak. And now Kriss is in trouble. Kriss's bow has run out. And this could be Eleet's opportunity, and there it is! 200 life left. Oh my god, that was close. That was a nail-biter, man, that whole duel. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, these guys are dueling from different realms, so they're gonna switch realms now. As looks like what they're talking about. Yeah, it's FT2 on both realms. FT2 and the better of the two will switch. Yep, very nice, man. Eleet off to a solid start, man. Eleet is off to a 2-0 victory here. I'm not sure if that was on NA or EU. However, that is one hell of a way to start this duel, man. I'll keep a close eye on the Discord to see when these guys pop back in and start streaming. Until then, man, let me tell you more about this card. Elite versus Kriss Savage duel here so far. Now, technically, we have this new rule, where it's FT4s, right? However, in this is a slight oversight on my part. I'm not going to lie. That would mean technically Elite cannot be beat right now, because even if Kriss goes 0-2 on whatever server they're switching to, technically by the old rules, Elite couldn't be beat. You have to beat the champ. So this is what I'm going to do. Because I don't think that's how it should be. In a title fight, I think it should always be FT3 on 2 servers, but I didn't clarify that. So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to let these guys duke it out. If by chance it's 0-2 for Kriss, we're going to go to a bonus round coin flip, just like we would for any other duel. But if by chance, we're going to let it go first. We're going to let it go. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. And then from there, we're going to see. If Elite gets any win here, if Elite wins at all, there's no question. But if he doesn't, if Kriss goes 0-2, things get awkward. Things get awkward real quick, but don't worry. The best host of DFC is here. And we got this. We're going to figure this out. Because otherwise, an FT2 would just be not enough to really determine, right? Like, so it's probably not a fair way to determine it. It really is, Steph. It really is. It's so refreshing. You have a solution for the tiebreak? What is it, dude? I'm glad to see an Elite on a Druid rather than a Necro. Yeah, dude, it's such a refreshing style. I gotta say, like, and honestly, he's actually a really good Druid. Most Druids would be felled by that shit. Most Druids, like, Kriss rips Druids apart. And if you don't believe me, the next time you see Kriss in a pub game, try to duel him. Try to duel him on a Druid. Put your max block on, do what you got to do, and see if you don't get ripped apart. The fact that Elite is absolutely slaying it right now and playing so well, it's really a testament to how good he is, not just on a Necro, but on a lot of FPK characters. Very, very refreshing to see this, for sure. FT2, FT3, new here? Yeah, no problems, Marky. Basically, FT2 or FT3 means first to 2, first to 3, first to 4. First to 4 wins, right? So you play so many rounds, the first player to get 4 wins, or 3 wins, or 2 wins, wins the match. We used to do FT5s in DFC, but some duels, there ain't nobody that wants to watch an FT5. So we switched it to FT4, which was FT2 on 2 realms if people are playing from different areas of the world, which seemingly works out pretty well. But I think in a title fight, it should be a little longer. I think we should still do FT3s on each server. Was that last one EU? The previous round route, Elite won it. Pretty dominantly, man. Very close, very close. But I'm not sure if this is. It looks like this might actually be EU. If you're looking at Elite's ping up in the upper left corner, he's pushing like 125 to 157, which tells me this is probably EU for him. So this could be completely different in the favor of Kriss. Yeah, I think so too, Max. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. And Root, it was his last opponent, and Root is probably one of the best Druids I know. The guy is really good. The type of dude that will adapt to whatever strategy you've got going on. Found it hard to really deal with the life leech, which we immediately and may I say, I'll admit when I'm wrong, boys. I'll be the first one to admit when I'm wrong. Rather quickly changed the rules regarding Zons. But as it usually is with rules, this is what a lot of other rule sets don't take into account, as it usually is with rules, something else is probably the cause or the root, no offense, of the problem. And in this case, I think it was the fact that Druid's block percent was not calculated properly for each matchup. The reason we limited Druid's block percent in the first place in the DFC was because of their matchup versus Barbs. Barbs are significantly underpowered. Their back's always up against the ropes. So what we did effectively, we went back on our changes for the Zon, and we just increased the Druid's block percent versus a Zon. Made it so that they could have max block if they wanted to. But we lowered it for Barbs. So we went from 60% or whatever it was, 60, 62, we lowered it to 50%. So now they get worse against Barbs, and they have the option to go max block against Zons. But when you go max block against Zon, you give up 163 cast, which gets very interesting. But I think necessary. I mean, we're seeing Eleet here absolutely tear it up. And I highly doubt he has 163 cast. I don't think you can do it without Spirit. Yeah, I think that was the real problem. Yeah, I think, honestly, if I'm being real, I think we kind of overreacted to Druids in the beginning. The beginning part of D2R, and especially D2R PvP, was chaotic, man, and it still is. Oh my god, dude! This is EU server, and Eleet is getting in some massive damage. Eleet is off to a heavy start here. Kriss at about 50% life. Eleet trying to cut him off. Nice stomp there. Eleet still at a very healthy life total. This is phenomenal. This is my favorite duel I've ever seen from Eleet. A little bit pixelated here. Don't worry about that. That's just the connection probably connecting to EU, loading up so many apps. A little bit of pixelation here. But don't let it take away from this guy's absolute dominance on the battlefield here. Still landing NATOs. Nice hits from Eleet. Can he finish? And he chooses to go back, get that bear up, and that way, hopefully Kriss isn't leeching as much life back. But it looks like he's doing a lot of his damage after that bear or his pets are wiped out. And he chooses to go toe-to-toe with Kriss here. But now Eleet taking some damage. And Kriss trying to use the bow to leech some life back from range. Desperately in need of it. Big hit from Eleet again. Wow, man. What an insane duel. Can Eleet dominantly finish Kriss? And there it is. Dominantly proving that this guy belongs back on top. What an incredible duel, man. What an if it's not socially awkward in the current spot that you guys are in, I hope you're giving this guy a round of applause, man, because that was very, very well done. Eleet, one of the most savage champions we shall ever see. This guy, back on the top, back to take the reins. Oh my god, man. Who is going to beat this guy? Now he's back with a vengeance, back with a whole new dueling style. Y'all should have seen him. He actually took the title on an assassin. Y'all want to hear some weird shit? He took the title on an assassin. He took it away from Stadium PK in Barb v Sin, boys. Did you think Eleet was only good on a Necro? Eleet is back. And I think at this rate, he's trying to break his own record. I think these guys are just going again for the fuck of it. I think they should. I'd watch Eleet duel like this all day, man. I'd watch Eleet duel like this all day. Technically, he's already defended his title. But still, oh my god, man. Eleet is back with a vengeance. I think he's trying to break his own record for most title defenses, which I currently believe is 9, set by Eleet, which is going to be an insanely hard record to break for anybody. The level of competition, the sheer level of skill from all players in the DFC right now is so high. To even be in the top 20, you can consider yourself a good dueler in the DFC. It's extremely tough, man, to compete against a lot of these guys. You're probably better than 90% of BattleNet if you're in the top 20 of the DFC. That's for certain. And there it is, man. Like, in case you needed him to prove it, Eleet does it again on EU server against one of the nastiest Zons in the DFC right now. Boys, Eleet is back on top. Racking in 1 title defense since earning it back from Stadium PK. Vamp the champ once again. Once again, boys. Seeing a performance like that from Eleet on a Druid certainly makes you feel like there was one deserving champion that has now earned the title back and is here to stay. Boys, it was a good era. It was a good era when the title was swapping hands so much. It was a good era. But now, Eleet is back, boys. That was nuts, man. That was nuts. I'm impressed. I am very impressed. I got to hit up Bowie, dude. I'm hoping we get my our duel in tonight. Sorry, I'm just seeing this. Just seeing Chris's message. I had to take a little bit of a break. If y'all wonder what I do to get ready for stream, if y'all are like, I bet Coooley's just sitting back there making sure everything's working. You know, I bet he's probably mixing up a drink. Do you guys really want to know what I do before stream? Or do you not? Let me know now. Because once you hear it, you can't unhear it. I'll tell you what I was doing today. And this was before I had a sip of any alcohol, okay? This is before I had a sip of anything. Just to set the record straight. All right, don't tell Sweet Phil. He's going to make fun of me for weeks. Boys, before stream today, you know what I did to get pumped up? I listened to an old school 90s rap song, Jump, by Kriss, and had a solo dance party in my living room. And I'm sorry that I don't see your Discord messages when that's happening. But there's certain things that are important. Okay? And if you don't see that as important, if you see that as a problem, then the true problem is with you. You need to dance more. Okay? We've officially switched to whiskey because it's that time of night. I need some performance enhancing drugs. Going up against Bowie. I still got to reach out to him, but you know who we got. You know who we got in the Discord right now, who's about ready to duel. Coming back is Joby. Boys, welcome back to Joby. The original Season 1 DFC champion is now back. He is back after a slight hiatus in the DFC. He's back. Boys, I gotta say, part of me thought Kriss might actually take that duel. Part of me thought we might actually see a new champion, and I was gonna be happy because Kriss has gone under the radar for a lot of the DFC. But this guy's a savage Zon, hits like an absolute Mack truck. Guys, nobody you want to mess with, nobody you want to see in a pub game. I thought it might happen. But this is top tier PvP, boys. Aggressive top tier PvP. Eleet defending his title, and now we've got Joby coming back on the VT with his Grief Zerker Axe, with his Oak Sage going up against Root, who has now switched characters. He's now on a Fire Sorceress. We're going to get to see some very interesting things happen here today. We're going to see the new Fire Stack rules, the new Fire Stack and Sorb rules that likely Joby will fully implement against what is likely Root's Fire Sorceress. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. He's got his Inferno Strides, he's got his Dwarf, he's ready to go. Okay, he's going to be going up against Root, who now has the ability to go 88% ES if he'd like. That is an increase from the 85%. After dueling a fire sorceress for hours in pub games the other day. Very educated one. He kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things about some of the rules in the DFC. So we adjusted some of them. We had some very good fair fights at 88% ES and at these new stack rules. Look at this insane chain lock from Joby there. Boys, he might have left, but he didn't stop being an absolute chain locking king, boys. But I'm telling you, Root ain't just some chump, bros. Root ain't just some chump just because he's on a fire sorceress now. That don't mean that he's in some way lesser than he used to be. Look at this guy setting up meteors, making it so Joby can't go in willy-nilly, can't just do these stomps without catching a meteor. Just like that, having one waiting for him. And Joby just waiting to get in with this FOH, hit from a distance, hopefully get a nice chain lock and charge down Root to get in with these hits and get some vicious chain lock and smites going on. Oh my god, and he gets smashed but with a meteor. But can he get away from this vicious chain lock from Joby? Oh my god, and he barely, narrowly escapes. That was insane, and there it is, a meteor right on top of the dome of Joby, putting him out for round 1. That was insane. What an aggressive matchup, dude. Yeah, 88 is basically what used to happen in LOD. It seems random, but it's what it used to be in LOD. And we are actually considering raising it to 89, depending on how things go. But we always start low. It's easier to let the reins go than it is to pull them back in. So we upped it to 88%, which I believe is what it used to be in LOD. So it seems random, but it's not completely. Yeah, Hydra is allowed. Yep, Hydra is allowed. Hydra completely allowed. Allowed and encouraged. Oh my god. Joby with those vicious chain locks. Now this is the thing, man. This is the thing. I like what he's doing here. He's now taking his time and realizing that Root has a propensity to sit in these meteors. So what he's doing is hitting from the outside. I actually really like that. And the second that Root steps out, he's gonna ping him down with these FOHs and wait for him to make a mistake, just like that, and punish him for it. Very big damage there landed from Joby. I believe he just got about 60% life taken away from Root in that very interesting decision Root made there to stomp his opponent. You don't ever stomp Joby. You don't ever stomp a VT, but you certainly don't ever stomp Joby. He's almost always ready. Yeah, Eleet just finished his duel, OG. Eleet defended his title against Kriss, and he was on a Druid. It was one of the best duels I've ever seen from Eleet. Oh yeah, man, that's what he's gonna do. And that's what Joby's strategy right now is forcing him to do. It's forcing him to step outside of that meteor setup that he has. This is an insane duel, boys. Oh man, a clutch stomp there, actually. That was okay. I take it back. I take it back. That was very smart, actually. Did you just see what Root did there? So Root waited till Joby was committing to that FOH and then chose to not stomp really, but get just under Joby and launch up some fireballs. That was actually very clutch. That was actually a very good move. Very crafty, very next level shit. Root on a fire sorceress, man. Whew, watch out. And I'm hearing sounds here. It looks like potentially Root is getting hit with these FOHs, even though Joby had his Oak Sage name lock there. Sorcerer is still getting hit. And there it is again. Joby just plugging away. The good thing is if Root chose to go 88% ES, he cannot use mana pots. So that is something right there that Joby is going to try to punish him for if he's sitting inside of these traps and laying these meteors and teleporting around. Joby's going to try to punish him for that, knowing that when he connects with that FOH, it actually hits the mana of Root pretty hard. We can't necessarily see it. Maybe we can swap angles here and see it from Root's perspective. But it actually drains his mana quite a bit. Yeah, he is. He is actually streaming it. Let's see if we can pop over to his angle. Yeah, look at this, man. Look at this. He's very, very low on life. I say that. Well, it should. It should drain it. Let's see. No, pretty weak FOH, I guess, from Joby. It's not, it's doesn't hit as hard as you would think. As one would think. So it's more likely then that Joby is fully committed to the smite. But still, with an 88% ES, some of that lightning damage is going in. And it's making it, it's sort of counteracting Root's life rep, which is very important in this duel. An ES sorceress, they always have life rep. And it's something that you got to plan for. It almost seems like it's devastatingly high, but really it's only because ES sorceresses life totals tend to be very low. So any amount of life they rep back looks a lot worse than it really is. Joby getting some damage in here, trying to get a perfect angle, whittling his opponent down. Oh wow, that FOH actually does do some serious damage. It probably does about 20 damage to his life total, which right now at this point is pretty clutch. Meaning he's probably 4 FOHs away, maybe 5 or 6 actually with life rep. Root choosing not to engage here. He can't just keep running around the map to rep life. He's got to do something. He could do that to break chain locks. Oh my god, big hits from Root. I almost think Hydra would be really good right here. Oh, and there it is. Big hit from Joby, an FOH finish. Woo! Damn, boys. Damn, boys. I didn't think he'd be able to get there at that life total. At Root's life total there. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to do it, but he did. Holy shit, man. FOH finish. Joby. Even in the score at 1-1 here. That was actually a very close duel. Yeah, those were extremely nice meteors. Very good play there, honestly, from Root. It's refreshing to see him on a fire sorceress. Yeah, I think so too, Dong. I think that was actually a very good call on his part to just use the FOH and be patient. I think that's the way you have to do it. When I'm dueling on the Murdered In, I basically do the same thing with the bow. I get way on the outside and I shoot inwards until they force them to make a mistake. You know what I mean? Force them to step out of their meteor, whatever traps or hydras that they're setting up. I say traps. They're not actual trap skills, but hydras sitting in their meteors, firing fireballs from a great distance. It forces them out of that pattern. And that's what Joby's doing here. He's just being very patient, waiting for an opportunity. He's doing a very good job at it. Goes right to the FOH right away. Just continues plugging away at Root. Just continues plugging away, looking for an opportunity. Oh, nice stomp there from Root. Catches Joby at a point where he wasn't ready, but chooses not to get in a lot of damage and to get quickly out. Nice chain. Oh, man, I thought we was going to see another chain there from Joby. Insane chain from Joby. Ooh, nice meteor placement from Root. I can't wait, Dong. I hope you do, man. I hope you do. Yeah, I think especially when Joby's low on life. Oh, man, big meteor hit from Root. That was very well done. He took a smite for his troubles, but I think he won that exchange. Oh, and another big meteor from Root. I actually love what he's doing. So you see the new skill or the new strategy that Root's implying here is he's setting up these meteors and trying to teleport into them, but he got a little set off of his game right there. You see him trying to return to these spots where he's casted meteor. He casts a meteor and then teleports into it. That's very intelligent. That is very intelligent. Nice stomp there, noticing that Joby was on the FOH plan. Those are his opportunities. When Root sees that Joby casts FOH, those are his opportunities to get in with a very clutch stomp, and he has a very small window, but he's been doing a great job of it tonight. Yeah, certainly wasn't, Daryl. Certainly wasn't. I certainly didn't expect that. That was the best fight I think I've ever seen Eleet in. That was insane. I think he's back. He's back with a vengeance, dude. Y'all better watch out, because Eleet is back. Joby going to be cautiously staying on the outside here and very patiently waiting for his opportunity, which totally makes sense, because what he's done so far this duel is charge in, try to get these nasty smites, and he always eats a meteor. That's what's done probably 2/3 of the damage to his life total here, is trying to, you know, being essentially baited in to a meteor. Oh, he's doing the shoulder trick there, waiting for Root to stomp. Yeah, that's where a lot of Root's damage has come from. Oh, and Joby heavy on this shoulder trick plan. Man, I hope he gets it. Man, I hope he gets it. How good would a shoulder trick finish here be? How good would a shoulder trick finish be? This is tight. This is a tight duel, boys. Oh, big hits from Root. I thought he might actually finish there. And he goes in, stomps just below Joby with a great angle and finishes, now making it 2-1 in favor of Root. In favor of Root. Wow, man. Great duel so far. Great duel so far. All right, hold on. I gotta reach out to my opponent.
Yes.
Still gotta reach out. I'm a bad opponent. I'm a bad opponent. Where's Bowie? Where Bowie's ass at? You trying to tag Bowie? I gotta see who he is. If you guys' screen goes blank, that's not my fault. I'm just kidding. It is. It actually is my fault. I apologize for that. Okay, let's try to fix it. All right, Reflex. Reflex is who I'm dueling. Oh, man, okay. All right. His name is not Bowie, but it is Reflex. Hey, Coooley, this is Bowie. Let me know you're good to go. Yo. Wanna go after Joby's duel? Getting this squared away with my boy Bowie. Gets a little confusing. Sometimes people have different Discord names than they do Arena GL names. It gets sort of confusing, but we got to figure it out. Here we go, round 4. Joby trying to get a little bit more aggressive. You've used that life total as a resource here in the early part of the duel, which is what he did before. But man, he just took so many meteors to the dome. 2 meteors to the dome, and he was practically done. He can't do that again. It's a very fine dance that Joby has to dance here between balancing, waiting for an opportunity, and getting hyper aggressive while he has his life total as a resource. Very, very fine dance he's doing here. But as a Paladin main, I can't help but root for the Paladin. I can't help but root for somebody to take out Root. Root against Root, as you say. Root is one of the most savage guys. I don't think I've ever beat this guy in anything. We played a game of tic-tac-toe once. He fucked me up. Like, this guy just absolutely destroys me. So, you know, I got to root against him. But also, whereas Joby's on a Paladin, man, I can't help but root for the Pally. Pala PK, boys. Yeah, we might have our duel against Bowie after this, and y'all get to see the new Murder Den setup. Oh my God, big hits, and very interesting here. It looks like Root actually has chilling armor, which procced Joby to be frozen, which could have been very interesting. Which may also explain why Root is adamant at stomping Joby, even though he likely shouldn't be, at getting these very weird angles here. Joby might even switch to cannot be frozen after this. That was weird, but probably not expected from Joby at all. GG, Brand, thank you. Nice hits, and here we go, a chain, but then again, Joby gets frozen there, man. Wow. Another answer to this, another answer to being frozen is Joby could just switch to a Grief Phase Blade, which should give him enough IAS to actually break through being frozen. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, he fully committed. Joby just flashed his screen there, showing that he doesn't have enough dexterity to go with a Grief Zerker. He completely went the no block route. I mean, full tank here. Went full Vita. And now he's trying to bait. He is trying to bait Root into making one of these stomps that he's shown a propensity to making. But it's hard to tell if Root is going to do it with Joby being at the life total that he's currently at. Root is actually a phenomenal fire sorceress, man. Very nice opportunity. Very good look right there from Joby. Oh my god. Root's got to be careful, man. He could have got finished right there. Joby plugging away at his opponent. Plugging away at his opponent. Trying to bait that telly stomp and narrowly dodging fireballs is Joby. This is nuts. Root, you got to stay in that front part, bro. Look, don't be teleporting to the fucking cold plains just to rebow. Oh! Big hit from Joby. And now we see Root in trouble for the first time in this duel. I believe he's potentially a few FOHs or maybe even one smite away from death. This is big. This is big. Oh my god, and there it was. What a close duel, man. Now 3-1 in favor of Root, but a very, very close duel. Or maybe that was 4-1. Oh, was just making sure no pickup was on word. I don't give a shit, bro. We ain't dueling in the cold plains. You're a professional.
I am overburdened.
Now, FT4, Joby, FT4. FT4, bro. Still got this. Coooley is the only streamer allowed to make D2 content. Look, I respect all the other D2 content creators out there, okay? I respect them. I respect them. Yeah, Llama's pretty solid, dude. Llama's pretty solid. Llama should be D2 goals for most content creators out there. Most D2 content creators. Llama should be goals. This guy has done a lot, man. Y'all think I did something by paying off the house. This dude can probably retire. You know, he's now focusing on having a family, getting himself, you know, this is how we all should have done it, right? Like, this is... Llama did it the right way, right? Like, I mean, he done took an early part of his life, started streaming, started racking it in, and is still the #1 D2 streamer out there. I gotta say, boys, I am actually... I'm not saying this to be conceited. I'm just saying it to make a point, to show you how far we've come. #1 views per video D2 content creator in the world right now. In the world. Views per video. It's because I don't waste you boys' fucking time. That don't matter. Llama is the #1 streamer, and that's going to be hard to beat for anybody. For anybody. Okay? And he did it the right way. I mean, started streaming first, built up a following, built up, you know, some really... He had a skill, and that's the other thing, too, that a lot of people don't have. And I think that is really what makes the difference, I think, in the long term of any D2 content creator. Do you have a unique skill? Do you have a skill, something that you're good at in the game? Because if you don't, you're not going to last long. Like, you're going to run out of things. Llama can always speedrun and set new world records. He can always push the envelope. He can always, you know, we can always PvP. We can always get better, make new builds, make creative things that nobody does. It's a unique skill. You know what I mean? But a lot of, like, you run out otherwise. You have to keep switching up. It gets really weird otherwise. I think it gets really repetitive otherwise. But additionally, even if you're good at that, even if you have a skill, even if you have something you're good at, you need to keep it interesting, right? You need to switch up, you need to adapt. And that's also another thing that's, it's harder to do. Oh my God, big hits from Joby. Yeah, and that's the thing. Llama's got skill. Llama is very likable. Llama is probably of most D2 content creators, probably of all of them, technically by the stats. Oh man, big hits from both Joby and Root. Root landing a vicious meteor. Oh, and Joby gets it, man. Holy shit. Joby just pulled that out of his ass, boys. Joby just pulled that out of his ass. Oh, yeah, it's super annoying, dude. Especially, you know, we had to require cold sorceresses to aggress, but now we have fire sorceresses who might enter the mix, and we're really going to get to see. You know, but I wouldn't say Root. Root is not like a late dueler, especially on a fire sorceress. He's certainly a little defensive, but he's not too defensive. You kind of have to be defensive on a sorceress versus a paladin. Like, Root is honestly the most aggressive I've ever seen a fire sorceress versus a paladin. Actually choosing to stomp a credible VT like Joby. I don't know what else you would expect, honestly, from a fire sorceress. He's got to play defensive sometimes. He's actually very good. He's playing very well. Yeah, this is nuts, though. What a good duel. Good duel so far, boys. Just found a 1310 F Trex. That's Charcy, right? Unfortunately, yes. Especially if it's non-ladder. No, I'm just kidding, bro. I would keep those. I would keep those depending on the poison resist on them. Believe it or not. The stats really don't matter that much. The poison resist is, in PvP anyway, what matters a lot more. Poison resist, I mean, they got the... You got the good defense and good poison resist at that point if it rolled well. Nice attempted chain there from Joby. He's done a good job at avoiding most damage so far. I think he did put on a Raven. It looks like Joby might have put on a Raven because you notice now that he's not casting Oak Sage. Oh no, did he? He flashed something there, but he's in the heat of battle. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I noticed that he was not using Oak Sage anymore, which is usually pretty good versus fire sorceresses or ES sorceresses in general. But yeah, I noticed that he wasn't using that and told me probably he put on a Raven. Yeah, he was certainly surprised by that Shiver armor. I don't think he expected that for sure. Nice chain from Joby and an escape from Root. Very nice chain there from Joby, and you gotta give it to Root, man. He's able to get out of a lot of these chains that Joby has implemented on him here today. Actually, very well done. Nice hits there. Gets an FOH in without his opponent having an Oak. That was very good. Very clutch. And now Joby really picking his angles, taking his time, staying on the outside. Nice hits from Joby. And a nice chain from Joby. Yeah, 70 is max on the Trex for poison res. Nice stomp from Root, boys. Not a lot of people can do that to Joby. This dude is always ready. Some savage stomps. Nice FOHs from Joby and a nice chain. Joby's taking a lot of damage, though. He has to be very careful. Oh! Oh, and a bad stomp from Root. Joby makes him pay for it. Oh, but a nice train of fireballs to answer back to that. Root is savage, man. That was like if there ever was an elite technique on a fire sorceress, that was it. That might actually be what he's doing right now. He's getting into these. Oh my God! And another big hit from Joby. Both of these guys at a very low life total right now. This could go either way. Joby trying to finish with FOH. Or at least trying to get some damage in, but eat some fireballs for his troubles. And there it is! Ready with the shoulder trick is Joby, making it 3-3. What a close match. Shoulder trick for the win, boys. If you don't know it by now, you best be learning it with these smiters, with these VTs. If you're doing smite, boys, you best be practicing that shoulder trick. Oh my God. Oh, thanks, by the way. I appreciate that, dude. I actually meant to take off the reverb, but I never did. How's that? We're not in a dungeon. We're not in a dungeon right now. We don't need the reverb. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you. It's probably my mic, too. Mic might be a little loud. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's a little hot. Yeah, I also get really loud. I'm not sure if you guys have ever noticed that. It's probably not obvious to you guys. But I can get a little loud. No, dude. No. This is me. This is me, bro. This is me. We drink in moderation around here. We don't get drunk. I think there's been one stream I've ever been even slightly tilted, boys. And also, you don't even understand. My alcohol tolerance at this point, I could drink most of you under the table, okay? Like, it's to that point. But also, like, even if it wasn't, we drink in moderation around here. We drink in moderation around here. It sounds like a challenge. Shirley, you got to get up to the northeast first, and then we'll put the challenge to the test. Oh my God, dude, this round right here is so important, guys. Cheers to you, man. Cheers to you. By the way, cheers to the new channel members. You guys are awesome, man. I can't believe this. Y'all have been too kind to me today. Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of seafood either way, so, I mean, I hope you don't come here with too many plans to eat that shit and have me eat it with you. Joby had a lobster sandwich when he came up, and I think I had a bite of it. I won't ever do it again in my life. Seafood is disgusting. Seafood is meant to be at the bottom of the ocean, where it belongs, unobtainable by most humans. Nice aim there from Root. Actually, some very well-aimed fireballs from a distance. He's being very cautious to stomp Joby now, as he should be. Both these guys have really felt each other out and really completely understand the strategy of the other here now. So we're going to see who can adapt quickly in this final round. Oh, nice walk down there. You notice what Root is doing? Root is activating Blaze so that he can actually run down from Joby's smites. When Joby gets into these close quarters combat duels, he's actually running or walking down to escape Joby, and Blaze gives him faster run walk on top of everything else, so that allows him to get away and create distance with Joby a lot quicker. Actually, a very smart move. I like that. He probably put 1 point into that instead of Hydra. No, it's currently 3-3, man. This is the last round right here. Oh, big hits from Joby. See, I really like that on a Paladin, man. Switching it up and using charge every once in a while, you know, especially after you've sort of lulled your opponent to sleep in those close quarter combat duels, you know, is very, very effective. And you see Joby doing it there. Joby is typically the type of player that will walk you down with a smite. And he gets in close, he'll start walking towards you. At that point, you know he's got you name locked. You know he's going to go for a chain. It's very telegraphed sometimes, but he's really switching it up and, you know, throwing in charge there, which a typical OG, you know, an OG player of LOD, for example, they find that very difficult to do. Because back in LOD, when you would do that, when you would randomly just throw a charge in there with your smite, you might actually get charge locked to the point where your character stopped moving. So, you know, most players don't do it. But in D2R, that doesn't happen. So it's one of the only good things about playing on a Paladin these days. But Joby's certainly very aware of that and you know, has the propensity to mix it into his strategy. Absolutely love that. Yeah, and Root being very cautious not to Telly Stomp. A very nicely timed Meteor there from Root. Very nice chain from Joby, but Root narrowly escapes. Brady, what's up, dude? Merry Christmas, dude. Yeah, I believe this is probably the last stream we'll do before Christmas, unless I decide to get real froggy and go on Twitch tomorrow or something. I think it's going to be a real shitty day weather-wise up here, so maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do some, depending on what the daily thing is. Maybe we need to level. I don't know, dude. We're just going to play it by ear. We're just going to play it by ear. I'm at a point in my life, I don't do anything I don't want to do. So if I stream, you best believe I want to do it, and I'm going to be there for you boys. Oh, yeah, actually, it's probably a good point. Let's do that. Let's pop over to the Sork POV, man. Probably a good idea. We don't have the audio, which is why I swapped over, but it looks like, dude, Root is actually in pretty good shape, man. At just under 1,200 life here. Joby pinging him down, 20 points a pop with that FOH. Root trying to get in. Some very nice angles. He's lighting this map on fire, too, dude. It's actually kind of cool to see from his angle. Yeah, and you can really see his strategy from this angle. Lay down a Meteor and teleport into it when he thinks that Joby is going to chain lock him or is going to stomp him. Really, really like that. And he might have actually landed one there, too. Maybe not directly, but certainly got some residual damage in. 40 is rep limit in DFC. And that does not change for an ES Sorceress currently. It only seems like they're repping life back a lot because sorceresses typically don't have as big of a life pool as everybody else. So it seems like they're repping life back a lot, but it's just, you know, percentage-wise, yes. Oh my god, nice hits there from Joby. But really, it's no faster than any other class. Joby's going to need another big exchange here. And if he can get it anytime in the near future, he might be able to finish. But it also is in Joby's interest to be patient, you know, and, you know, to really pick his opportunities. Even play the distance game, especially being at such a low life total. I like that Root is looking for the name locks, but choosing not to stomp, also in his best interest here. Nice hits from Root. And you see the CT casting there from Root as well. He does that. You'll notice that the skill tree pops up. Sometimes the stat screen, the skill tree will pop up. He's doing that to escape the chain locks of Joby. One good way to get out of the chain locks of Joby is to get off of his screen. Very nice angles from Root. That was very well done. Oh my god, man. That was so close. Joby almost finished, but Root gets there, man. Very good duels. Very good duels, man. That was incredible. Wow, man. That was nuts. Root gets there, man. Racks up another win in a 4-3 victory versus Joby. It's very good to see Joby back, though, man. Very good to see Joby back. I still don't think anybody chain locks quite like that guy. That's chain locking goals right there. That is nuts. Gotta say, very impressive. Very happy to see him back. Wow. And boys, the new rules. They're looking good. New rules are looking good, boys. That was a very healthy fight, I think. A very healthy fight. Happy holidays to you, Joby. Good duel, my friend. That was 30 rep. Yeah, GG. Sork was favored. The people wanted a Joby win, though. Yeah. Joby's certainly fan favorite. But Root, very skilled, not just on the Druid, dude, but also on that Sorceress. Good duel, Root. That was awesome, man. Very well played. Very well done. Not a lot of Sorceresses could pull off the things that you did. It's going to take a special sort of human, honestly, automated. There's been a few that have tried. There's been a few that have tried, but it takes a very special human. It takes a very special human. It really does. All right, boys, this is what I might do. I just messaged my opponent. I'm gonna pop in. I'm gonna take a piss. We will be in the. Let me check, dude. Let me check what this says. This will be in Din v Sin and Chaos. We could do it in more though. More is fine. We could do it in the... It says Chaos, but I'm fine with the more if he wants to go into the more. That's also fine by me, boys. We got a new setup here. I'm very anxious to show it off to you guys. Y'all might judge me, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I got to take a piss. I've had to take a piss since the beginning part of this stream, boys, and I'm about to do that because I need to be on my game. I got my performance-enhancing drugs now, and I need to be on my game versus this Sin because this is not a favorable matchup for me. BRB, boys. Y'all ready? All ready to do this? Is this gonna be enough whiskey? I think that might do. Cheers to you guys. Cheers to the new channel members. Guys, thank you so much. All right. Y'all want to see the new setup? Going up against Bowie. This is the setup I've decided on. I thought about using Life Tap because it is very good versus assassins. But with this very specific din, with my murder din, I don't think using Life Tap is the right way to go. But it depends. It depends how his style is. Depends on a lot of things. Let me just show you what we're rocking. We've got the Grief. And we finally got the Helm. We finally got it. Because fuck sins. I would agree, Max. I would agree. It just depends on his style. But this is going to make it so that we don't take any damage from Mind Blast, especially on a hybrid Sin. This is very good. I'm extremely happy about this. There's going to be no more cheesy Mind Blast finishes from across the map. None of that shit. We got the Helm. Thanks to a very generous donation from a young gentleman in the EU. We settled on High Lords, Mage Fists, 2 Caster Rings, T-Gods. That's the best piece of equipment versus traps. Now, I don't believe his traps hurt a lot, but they certainly are going to hurt. And then we also have this new piece of spice that Joby let us borrow here. We got Replenish Life Boots. Because even though Mind Blast won't be able to work us down, we don't really have a lot of Replenish Life on this build. So this is going to allow us to engage in a long duel. And I want to prepare you guys for this. This may be a long duel. It could be long, it could be grindy, or it could be quick. But if it's long, these things are really going to pay off. Yeah, they're certainly better. Gores are certainly better, but what's even mo better is being able to actually hang into the duel for the long run. So, unfortunately, we do need to swap out and use Rep Life Boots. Like, just because over the long run, I will die. Not if I have Rep, though. If I have Rep, it makes it so that if he drains the duel out and traps me, I will not die. I will win that duel if he drains it out. Because eventually I'll catch him. Eventually I'll either catch him with hammers or I'll catch him with a charge. If he wants to drain the duel out, my hits hurt harder than his. But if he gets up close and personal, we'll certainly be wishing that we had, certainly be wishing that we had Gores. But even so, I'm ready for that, man. And then, of course, we got Widowmaker. Boys, come on now. Would it be a Coooley din if we didn't have Widowmaker? Let's be real just for a moment. Let's be real just for a moment. All right, we've got some pots here. Oh, yeah, we've got a few pots.
Yes.
Ready, bro? All right. He says, let's do it, man. All right, boys, wish me luck. It's still not an easy duel for me. Yeah, for open wounds for sure. I think that's the way to go. We're going to walk because I think that he whirlwinds. He hasn't shown me any whirlwinds yet, though. There it is. There it is. Apparently he does whirlwind. Bowie is very, very good, man. Oh, he is a very, very good Sin. And he's being very patient, too. Let's re-up on some mana potions, not get too overzealous here. God damn, that Shadow Master fucking hurts. Okay, with this playstyle, I will indeed switch to Drax. Because if he's gonna treat me like a trapper, I'm gonna cut him open from screens away. If he's not going to aggress with the whirlwind, that's a good. No sense in having this. It will just make it so that we certainly win the duel. Oh my god, yep, GG. GG. Yep, I think there's about... He is a very good Sin, man. We got him with one hammer. He's playing Sin the right way, though. Which means there is... this is practically unwinnable for me, boys. It means this is practically unwinnable for me. He's playing Sin the correct way. But that's okay. You want to play that way? Let's fucking do this. Let's fucking do it.
Greetings.
All right. Let's turn this into a long duel. I hate to do it to you boys, but we have to do it. There we go. That could have cut him open. And that's all we want. That's the type of duel we're going to have. Because I cannot aggress a trapper with 5 traps on screen. Because that type of shit happens.
I am overburdened.
And then sometimes we can get life tap off of the Drax too, which is especially demoralizing for a Sin. All right, now he should be sitting in his traps.
I can't carry anymore.
All right, this is the kind of duel we want. Perfectly happy with this duel. Sometimes we get there, boys. We should repull this. CT shoot? Yeah, I certainly could. The reason I don't CT shoot, though, is because I'm actually hoping that he sees the arrows and comes in. It's not that I want to tag him from so far out. I just want him to think he has an opportunity to come in. So that's why I shoot them close to my feet, so that if he does come in, they immediately start seeking him out.
Hello.
Instead of traveling to the destination that I've shot them first and then seeking him out.
Good evening.
1-1, boys. We can do this.
Hello.
Alright, we got a pretty healthy pool going on.
Welcomes you.
We got a pretty healthy pool. He might have actually just swapped out in his stash to go more heavy into whirlwind damage, which I hope he did. It is a little worse for us with this setup, but with my strategy, it's I think it's still good. I'll just walk more. Or he might have gone full trapper. Yep, he might have gone full trapper. And that's okay, because that's the duel we practiced for. That's technically the best strategy versus me. And that's the duel we practiced for. That's the duel we practiced for, boys! Yeah, it looks like he put on more DR and is going full trapper. take a puff for that, boys. We take a puff for that one. He's probably as shocked as me. Woo. Yeah. I was actually wondering why he sat there and tanked all those smites. Like, he might have been surprised that I was on top of him. And he might have been happy to set up 5 traps. But, like, I don't think his traps do full trapper damage. Like, I think they do a lot of damage, but it's, like, not as much as a full trapper would do. So I'm happy to sit there in 5 traps and smite you. And we actually ended up getting a lot of damage in that time, which was really good. Yeah, they do more damage now for certain. Yeah, he certainly switched it. You notice that he didn't whirlwind at all in that duel? That's the duel we planned for. You know, a lot of people are asking me, like, earlier on, how come you're just dueling trappers? You need to practice against whirlwind. And didn't I say this, Max? Didn't I say this? I said, because if he whirlwinds, I will fucking smash him. He needs to trap. Like, if he wants to whirlwind versus me, I will win those exchanges. I'm so confident in my abilities on this guy. I will win those exchanges. Trapper? Not so much. Trapper is certainly the answer to the murder den. And it looks like he's figured that out very quickly. And he's doing a lot better. I just caught him with some really good smites very early on. I like 99%ed him within the first minute, which was crazy. Doesn't usually happen. Probably won't happen again. Yeah, I mean, he could try to trick me with the bow out, which is what a lot of them try to do, but boys, it's hard to trick Coooley on the murder den. It's hard to trick Coooley on the murder den, boys. It's hard to catch Coooley not ready on the murder den. You boys know that. Most people know that. And Bowie knows that. Oh, and he's back to the whirls, boys. He's back to the whirls. Oh, nice hits. Nice hits. Yeah, he's playing very well now. Yeah, we're very low on life now, so we're just gonna play the distance game. This is what I expected it to turn into. Could be an hour, could be 2 hours per round. But we have a very... We don't have a good matchup versus the Sin. We'll fucking drain it out, boys. You can't get DFC gold if you don't know when to fight the distance game.
I am overburdened.
Didn't think that trap would go off by me, but she did. Basically, I mean, I know it sucks, but what we have to do is just kick back and rep life. I know it's stupid, but like, you can't approach a Sin with like 5 traps up. So like, it sucks, but you gotta force them to CT cast. Shoot arrows in angles where you know they're gonna CT cast from. And just hope for the best, man. Woo! Charge skills, boys. S tier charge skills. What was Maddie saying? Maddie, where you at, bro? What's the score? I done got so wrapped up in my own shit. Is it 3-1? Max, what were you saying? Max, you still want to take that bet? Max was saying earlier he was going to bet. Max was going to bet that I wasn't going to get this. Max was going to bet that I wasn't going to get this. Max, where you at? Max? What was that? What was that bet? Don't look at the score or anything. What was that bet that you wanted to make earlier about me and Bowie? I'm just wondering if you still want to make it. It's not, the duel's not over. The duel's not over.
Good day.
But I'm just curious about the bet if you still want to make it and how much it would be for. Just curious.
Greetings.
I'm relying heavily on this bow right now.
Good to see you.
I talked about the bet prior to your practice. Okay. All right, fair. What Max means by that is after seeing me in practice, he's like, holy shit. Coooley, I always shit on you. But goddamn, you're a good din. People underestimate you, Coooley, is basically what I'm hearing Max say. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I can't carry anymore.
Nice traps. We gotta be careful, boys. We can't underestimate Bowie just because we're ahead currently. Bowie is a savage sin. Hits like an absolute Mack truck. Even his traps, even his shadow is absolutely smashing me. I don't even want to get hit by his shadow. Look at this. Oh, and now he's cutting us off. Now he's cutting us off. Those were really good traps. Okay, now he's getting 5 traps set up, so we're out of here. We're out of here. We'll play the distance game now.
I am overburdened.
He was winning those exchanges. The thing that I hate about this setup is the bow is so slow. Our IAS on the bow is very, very slow. Beautiful traps. Beautiful traps. All right, we won. Your turn, bro. We won. Your turn, bro. We won. We won life. I mean, literally, this is the point where you just want to go in and whirlwind me. Like, traps are good, but...
I can't carry anymore.
Woo! I almost died there. I almost died. Unfortunately, this is the strategy right now. I know it's not a fun one, boys, but this is indeed the strategy. I'm one whirlwind, one trap. There's a lot of things.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
I hope it does, man. It would be the first tap of the day. I don't think I'm gonna smite him. I'm just gonna try to, like, kick back, aggress with the bow. Or, I say, aggress in quotes. Like, I can't get up close. I seriously think if Bowie just starts whirlwinding me and pushes the pressure with whirlwind, I'm practically dead. But the longer it goes, I'm probably better off. He's not making any mistakes, man. He's not giving me any windows. Alright, back to 1 life, man. These are fucking Sin v Din duels. They're the stupidest fucking thing in Diablo 2, man. Like, I can't come on. Just come fucking whirlwind me. You're 90%. If the next duel goes that long, last duel will happen in Chaos. This is why we picked Chaos in the first place, because I knew how long these duels could be. I thought he was more Whirlwind than Trap, but like Trap v Din, I've had 107-hour duels that have in like when you fucking Pride, Din v Sin, they could last for 107 hours, boys. So I hope you've got time. If we go 3-3, final duel in Chaos, just because, like, this is exactly what we tried not to do. It literally gets down to that. This is what Trap v Din ends up being, especially with like whether it's Murdered In, whether it's VT, whether it's like anything, whether it's Hammered In. It always ends up being the Hammered In gets 1 life, and then can't approach the Sin. The Sin won't approach the Din, so you have these long off-screen duels. Like, where someone's hoping to clip the other person. It's just what they all turn into. I'm never going back on my word Sin v Din in Chaos anymore. They're all happening Chaos. Like, this is the most miserable thing. I'm sorry you guys have to sit through such a fucking shit duel. Honestly. But yeah, I think it was, man. I think it certainly was. Like, Sin v Din inspired the movie. 127 hours. It's literally, this is how all the duels go. The Sin, like, I can get semi-aggressive until I get to, like, 10, 15% life. Then I can't. Then I'm 1 trap away. So the Sin has to aggress. I think there was a couple of times he could have easily finished, too. Like, and it's just... When I'm like 1 life, just risk the hammer. Just risk the hammer. You're gonna clip me. I'm gonna die. It's just how it is. Alright, go, bro. Alright, we're 3-2. Oh, he crashed. I won! No, I completely get it. Like, I completely get it. And that's why I say, like, I think the answer is he has to whirlwind me. Like, when he one-lifes me, just whirlwind. Like, risk the hammer and whirlwind. It just finishes the duel. He certainly can't get me with Mind Blast. We made for goddamn sure of that he cannot get me with Mind Blast. Oh my god, dude.
Tie for the vids. I don't PvP at all, but love the energy you put off. Amount of time I've watched this is way below minimum wage, but GL.
My dude. Salty and Sunshine, there's a little bit of an echo there. My bad, I'll look into what's going on there, but Salty, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, and cheers to you. Cheers, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fucking Shadow Master. I think we ought to ban Shadow Master, dude. I think that's really what it is. I think that's what actually tilts me about Sins. Shadow Masters are responsible for the most ridiculous situations always. Like, oh, random Mind Blast from 6 screens away. Skillful. By the way, Mark, my dude, mid-duel cheers to you. Mid-duel puff. Dude, thank you so much for joining the army, bro. Thank you so much. Welcome to the legend tier. I could have got a charge in there. That was my fault. Claw block for the win, man. Claw block for the win. Alright, now we're getting to the point where we need to chill out. Because he's getting the better of these exchanges. Claw block for the win. There it is, baby. Life tap, finally. That's got to be discouraging. That's got to be demoralizing. That's actually got to feel like someone played a Shadow Master or Mind Blast against you. That's got to be bad. That's got to feel bad. I'd imagine it's the same sort of feeling. All right. I've done all I can do. It is up to you now to finish this duel. I am not going to fucking approach you for the rest of this duel. It is up to you to come fucking get me. Sins are fucking garbage, dude. They are fucking cancer in this game. It is up to you. I shall be down here. Yeah, and then the Moor has a ton of puddles, which make it impossible for me to get good angles. Yeah, this is... Next round is chaos. If there is a next fucking round. If he can get around this hammer spam, which will be the rest of this duel. I mean, I apologize for it, but I can't get close. Like, I've done what I can up close. I aggress, I stay in the traps, you win the exchanges, we have a nice duel, and then we don't. And then we have a regular Din v Sin duel. Just imagine how miserable it would be if I was taking damage from Mind Blast here. That would be even more miserable.
I can't carry anymore.
Look at these awesome traps just waiting. Just waiting for me.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
I mean, this is Din v Sin, boys. They could add dueling arenas. They could do things. It won't. I mean, there's a lot of things that could make duels like this far less miserable. But unfortunately, it's just how it is. We need another life tap in order to get aggressive at this point. I suppose I could just try to stay out and rep with CTA. Don't really have many outs here. Which is certainly a time he should whirlwind. Like, I'm inviting the whirlwind. I have no offense to the whirlwind. Oh, he's low too. Okay. He's low too.
I am overburdened.
I thought I was dead there. Lot of traps waiting for me. Oh my god, boys! With the bow. I apologize for how absolutely fucking miserable that duel must have been to watch.
Good day.
GG, dude. You played very well. Frustrated the fook out of me. Which means you're a good fucking sin. Euster Hammerden's jumping me, he says. Dude, holy shit. Bowie isn't, like, as highly ranked up on the DFC charts as I am. I'm not sure if he's in top 20 or just peeking into it. But y'all don't know. This guy is a savage. Like, people were telling me ahead of this duel, they were like, you better fucking prepare because Bowie is, like, GG. Like, Bowie is savage. Wow, man. And ironically, we killed Bowie with the bow. Semi-ironically. We got him with the bow. Oh my god, dude. A lot of people ask me about this bow and they say, Coooley, why the hell do you use a bow? Why don't you just be a VT? Why don't you just be a mage and use FOH? Because the range on this bow is 3 or 4 times what that FOH is. And I just like to be different, all right? I'll say it. I'll just say it. I know y'all are waiting on it. But I like to be different. I think, believe it or not, in a couple of those matchups, in a couple of those rounds, I actually think the bow did the most damage. Like, that last round, he started repping back a lot of life. And granted, I got a couple of plug charges in here and there. I tried to lull him to sleep, if you didn't notice that. Like, I tried to not charge for, like, 10 minutes so that he would think that I don't charge anymore. Like, he would get in this habit of not expecting me to charge in. He was so ready, which was so frustrating. Every time I would get close quarters and he would set traps up, I would get tricky with my charges and he would fucking whirlwind in the perfect direction. He was, like, ready for it. So I was like, okay, my only answer to this is to make him forget that I'm a charger. Like, you know what I mean? Make him forget that I actually charge. And towards the end, I was able to, like, plug him 3 or 4 times with charge. But, like, I think most of the damage from that duel came from the open wounds from Widowmaker and Drax. Like, as crazy as it was. No, this isn't quite a Ranger Den, but I am thinking about putting my Ranger Den back together. This is a Murder Den. It's basically a Hammer Den that has a bow, is what he is. And sometimes he just tries to go full smiter, even though he's not a smiter. That's what this boy is. But holy shit, man. It's a tough duel. All sins are so tough. But that's why we got this helm right here. You know, like, that duel would have been over 17 hours ago if we didn't have this helm. This, like, stops Mind Blast damage from being a thing. Like, it just says, you're not going to be able to come up on me, Mind Blast lock me, make it so I have to run off your screen, and I have to worry about you just name locking me all the time. It just takes that right out of the equation. It makes it so that when I'm in those traps, and when I'm trying to engage him in his traps early on, while I have the life to do so, I at least don't have to worry about getting name locked. But still, it's a tough duel. And Shadow, easy. Dude, Shadow is so annoying. Like, the couple of times I got caught with Shadow had nothing to do with Shadow's abilities there. It was more Shadow just happened to choose the perfect angle to stop me from charging away out of a puddle. Like, Shadow Master's so good, dude. But also they cast Mind Blast from off screen. They actually hit and can cut you open, which happened a couple of times in that duel. His Shadow cut me open. And it's like, god damn, dude. Like, it's just, Shadows are so demoralizing. Toe, I honestly think I might switch to that, dude. I was talking about it earlier. Low soul, then go Wisp and Hodo build. Yeah. Except for all of the damage I dealt in that duel came from I don't think I hit him with one hammer the entire duel. I think it was all charge, smite, arrows. That's all of what hit him. So I have to have charge and smite. Like, I have no shot of hitting a Sin. Someone of my caliber has no shot hitting a whirl girl with a hammer. Unless, like, in the first part of that duel, you notice in the first part of the duel where he was just all about the whirlwind, and he kept trying to whirlwind down, so I would cut him off, and I'd throw a hammer. Like, that was a good exchange. Like, I was happy to do that all day. Like, you know, I would be happy to lose that duel doing that all day. You know what I mean? Cutting him off, trying to predict him trying to next level me, trying to pick a good angle. That was fun. That was the only time I think I hit him with one hammer the entire duel. Yeah. Yeah, Warrior is good. It Mind Blasts when you Mind Blast, yeah. I think other rule sets have banned Shadow, too. Like, it's definitely on the top of my mind. I think that if we make any adjustments to the block associated with Sins, count Shadow Master out. Shadow Master is walking a thin red line of catching an axe in the DFC. It's like the most miserable thing to play against. It's just complete AI, perfect aim from off screen all the time. Like, it's so miserable, dude. I don't use Shadow Master anymore because when I'm going in for a stomp to Fire Blast in, say, TVN, Master Mind Blast as I go in, and it allows them to immune from my Fire Blast. No shit. Yeah, I mean, certainly the 2.5 changes have something to do with it. You know, they definitely made Shadow Master a little worse, as they did with Mind Blast and a lot of things. But, like, oh my god, man. Like, oh my god. It's still so demoralizing to play against. I'm sorry if anybody new to PvP was like, oh man, I can't wait to see some high-intensity duels. Those duels right there were high-intensity for like 30 seconds until me or him got low on life, and then suddenly they weren't. If he got low on life, I would aggress him until I wasn't low on life. And then we have your typical Din v Sin. They can place 2 or 3 screens away. Like, it's how it is. Oh, yeah, they just Mind Blast him to death. It's so good. Mind Blast is so good. Even Sin players agree with Shadow Master catching the axe. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I don't want to get in the habit of making rule changes on stream without seriously thinking about it and talking with people far smarter than me. But I wouldn't be opposed. Do you think that's the case though? Shadow Master catch the axe, give Sin something else? Nothing wrong with those duels in my opinion. No doubt. Put it this way, dude. I actually enjoyed it. As a player, I enjoyed it. It was a little tilting. I was a little tilted. I don't know if you guys could tell. I hide it pretty well, usually, versus Sins. I usually hide it pretty well versus Sins. I think I did here as well. I think I hit it pretty well. You couldn't probably tell that I was tilted right fucking sideways. But, yeah, I actually had fun. Nah, hammered in desync is not a thing. You can't do it like you used to. It still happens sometimes, but very rarely and not consistently. Well, you got to figure, it's not just me dueling up against Sins, right? Like, it's not just this Din dueling against Sins. It's like druids, it's necros, it's sorceresses, like, it's barbarians who finally catch a sick name lock from just on the corner of the screen, and then your opponent's Shadow Mind Blasts you out of it perfectly. Like, it's not just the Din. Like, this Din struggled with a very specific setup that I can maybe get kills on a Sin with, and it went 4-2. Like, it wasn't like it was a shutout. You know what I mean? It's not just the Din that duels the Sin, man. It's like everything. You know, it's every other class too that you have to think about. Yeah, I think we both did. There was a couple of times where, like, he teleported in, and I had a perfect opportunity for a charge, or there was a couple of times he came in way too close, and if I would have been paying better attention, I could have smited him to death. Like, it was that close. We both missed opportunities for sure, but I think he picked up on it at the end. Like I said, a lot of people asked why I practiced against a trapper, and it was because that was the perfect strategy that he could have implemented, was be a trapper. Don't whirlwind me. Like, whirlwind me very opportunistically. Don't chase. Don't try to be a hot shot with a whirlwind, because 90% of the time, Coooley's going to catch you when you do. Like, it's just what happens. By the way, my dude.
Watched you PK Nightmare Pubs yesterday. Made me legit laugh.
GG, my dude. GG. Cheers to that. Cody, proper cheers. I also want to give a proper cheers. Also want to give a proper cheers to Salty and Sunshine, man. We didn't get a chance to do that earlier. But look, I went and got I broke out the good whiskey for you boys. Dude, thank you so much for that, Cody. That's awesome, dude. That means a lot. That means a lot. Cheers to you, bro. And cheers to Sunshine. I'm gonna give 4 cheers to Sunshine. We'll count that as 2. No, we'll count that as 1. We'll count that as 1. Boys, I'm pretty happy, honestly. I have to mentally digest that for a minute. We beat a Sin. Number 7 ranked DFC dueler, probably going up in rank. And it wasn't no chump. I honestly thought it might be, actually, at first. I thought it was going to be an easy win at first. I was like, he's not even ranked. Technically, DFC rankings, we should trust them. Should be easy. But they don't mean shit, dude. Bowie could easily be top 5 dueler. I'm actually very proud of that win. Like, even though it didn't look pretty, that was crazy. I actually can't believe I got it. Even Max didn't think I was going to get it, which means a lot, actually. Max is one of the best Sin players I know. Even he didn't think I was going to get it earlier today. He's like, nah, man, Bowie's got this. Max was ready to bet money on it. Merry Christmas, Ake. Appreciate you, man. ACK. They should have been cutting you off and aggroing at the end. I would completely agree. Like, so in the times where I was like 150 life, if I was below 200 life, I think certainly Whirlwind is really good against me at that point. Like, I can't get away. My hammers don't do a lot of damage, so you can get in, you can close the distance, and just Whirlwind down, and it's extremely hard for me to do anything about it. But also in a few of those exchanges, Bowie was also low in life, but there was one round he certainly wasn't. Like, I think it was round 4 or round 5 or something. He certainly wasn't low in life, and that easily could have finished the duel a lot quicker than he did finish it. He played it safe, which is completely fine. But, like, Whirlwind is certainly the way to kill me when I'm that low in life and I'm keeping my distance. If you're on a Sin and I'm 2 screens away from you and I don't dare to charge you, you should Whirlwind me. Like, I will probably die 1 Whirlwind. Especially whereas this guy, fun fact, this guy has practically 0 DR. I have 8% DR on this particular setup. I sacrifice it all for this helm to fight against Mind Blast. I see that as the bigger threat. I sacrifice it for T-Gods, you know, because I see traps as a bigger threat than the actual Whirlwind damage. It's like I said, boys, I would happily fight a Sin that wants to Whirlwind at close range. You have a shot, I have a shot. Let's go. But, like,
Good day.
I don't have a shot against traps. I don't have a shot against constant Mind Blast, so I have to prepare for those, and unfortunately, I have to give up DR. It's just how it is. So, yeah, particularly. All right, boys. Let's pop over to a good duel. Let's pop over to a good duel. We got Tempest going up here. Actually, Jamie Jams, I think, was going to go up next. He might be going up against Tempest. Let's check it out. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. I think Jamie Jams called next. And his opponent. Boom. Look at this. Jamie Jams on the send, man. I'm going to exit out of my client here to save the frames. Good fucking duel, man. I am, like, both stressed, relieved, a little tilted, and kind of proud of myself, actually. That was insane. That was insane. Jamie Jams going, man, wasting no time. Wasting no time. Yeah, so this is Jamie Jams versus Brand L. And this is another Din v Sin. So if anybody else is ready to go... Oh my god, wait, what was I saying? What was I saying? We might actually see a real Din. Unlike me, we might actually see a real Din go up and know how to aggress with hammers. That's certainly something that Coooley doesn't know how to do. If y'all want to know... Y'all want to know why I have all these other tricks, it's because Cooley's hammer Din skills are trash. Alright? I would chuck those in the moor if I found them. I'd be like, these ones are trash. I want some better ones. GG, Toshank. I actually learn a lot from watching you always play on it. When you play on a Din, I actually learn something. I always take notes. Especially on a hammer Din. Like, I wish I had... If I had Toshank's hammer Din skills, my murder Din would be top dueler in the world. Like, I actually don't think there's a soul in this world that could beat me if I had Toshank's hammer Din skills. Toshank's or Pheno's. If I had Pheno's hammer Din skills, nobody could touch the murder Din. Can't wait, dude. Can't wait. He might, actually. Oh, my God. He just landed 2 hammers there, dude. And he's also very low on life. Boys, watch. Mark my words. This is what we're going to get to. Hammerdin's going to get low on life, and he's going to chuck rando hammers from, like, off the map. It's just typical Din v Sin. It's not fun, but sometimes it has to happen. So now the Din just got clipped with Whirlwind, and he's probably 1 life. Basically, Jamie Jams could finish with Mind Blast here if the Din doesn't... Oh, my God. What was I saying? What was I saying? Where was I at in that conversation? Where was I at? What was I talking about? I'm just going to give a cheers to Sunshine. I'm just going to shut the fuck up and give a cheers to Sunshine. How's that sound, boys? You commentate this, Joel. Yeah, could finish with Mind Blast if the Din, boom, done. Like, well, that's typically how it happens, right? Like, that's typically how it happens. Which I guess is the point I didn't get to in my story. Is like, the Din gets super low. If they don't have massive IDR on them, the Din goes, or the Sin goes in and tries to finish with Mind Blast, which makes sense. But the answer to that is the Din just chucks hammers and tries to stay in front of the Sin and stay off screen because they don't want to get name locked. And that happens, where, like, they randomly hit a hammer. It usually takes a long time, though, for that to happen. But that was very quick. Verdungo against hammer? Possibly has it for the life wrap. These can turn into... Remember how grindy the last duel was in? Din v Sin? Me versus Bowie? They're all like that, typically. They're all hyper-aggressive until somebody gets low on life. And then it's in nobody's best interest to stay on screen. You know what I mean? Practically. You know, if the Sin gets the advantage early on, they'll chase, they'll try to Mind Blast, you know, and then they'll catch a couple hammers, and now suddenly it's like, okay, well, now you come into my traps. You come on my screen. And then the Din's like, no, you come on my screen. I'm just going to be out here chucking hammers. I'm Mind Blast PK, bro. I ain't going up on your screen. Like, you know, and then you just have these long-range duels. It's just typically how they go. Why he's staying faded? Yeah, it's very interesting. He could be anticipating a grief charge. Yeah, he could be anticipating it for sure. But the fact that he's a Din and he does not have Cannot Be Frozen tells me that he probably isn't going to smite. He probably doesn't have a grief. And granted, that's coming from a Din that also just didn't have Cannot Be Frozen. But if you have a Hammered In where you're swapping to grief, you probably have it for both Max Block and Cannot Be Frozen. You're probably wearing a Raven. So he probably has no intention to, absolutely no intention at all to charge.
I need mana.
Wow. And there it is, dude. Jammy Jam showing what it's like with that new Sandman getting it done. That was actually good. That was actually really good. Getting it done, bro. Yeah, it's a lot faster than the Din v Sim we just saw, but I wonder how this is gonna be if it's like match point. We shall see. We shall see. On your go, sexy, he says. Oh. My God. These boys got a lot of respect for each other. These boys got a lot of respect for each other. This is actually pretty good. This is a pretty fast-paced, honestly, for such a duel. Sounds like 10 frame. Could be wrong. Not sure if he's even hitting trap breakpoint on that fade. Actually, I haven't even been listening for that, Max, but that's a good point. He actually just switched to, looks like, yeah, he's on burst of speed now. I think he's convinced now that the Din will not charge him, which is good. This is certainly where he should be. But yeah, I wasn't listening, but I trust your expertise that he probably wasn't hitting max frames on traps, and he just caught a hammer for his troubles here. Now you're gonna see every time Jammy Jams goes on screen like this, you're gonna see him try to mind blast so that the Din doesn't telly stomp him. So the Brand doesn't telly stomp him. The Brand's actually doing very, very well, man. Let's cut over to Brand and see how it looks on his end. Yeah, oh my God, nice stomp there. Nice stomp. He gets cut open for his troubles. Gets cut open for his troubles. But hey, I mean, I'm actually very impressed. We're used to seeing Brand on like on a sorceress. But dude, he's got skills on different builds, man. I actually really like his skills on a Hammered In here. He's doing fine. Just to clarify, Chad Thundercock is meant to be #1 Blizz Sword. 10 for him. Dude, yeah, I've heard a lot about Mr. Chad Thundercock. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Brand L getting in, chucking them hams and finishing Jammy Jams, dude. That was impressive. Yeah, this guy's got COA. 0 shot he's ever going to charge. And he doesn't need to at this point. He's chucking them hams, dude. He's doing pretty well. 0 shot he has to charge here.
Good to see you.
All right, let's see Jammy Jams on this new Sin. He's going to have to pull it out here, man. Currently it's 2-1, I believe. Currently 2-1, I believe. He's going to have to do something. He's going to have to do something. I think, whereas these guys have, whereas his opponent has got some mad skills here. what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to kick back a little bit. And, you know, almost, as shitty as it sounds, almost pull the same strategy that Bowie did with me. It really is certainly the best strategy versus a Din, and that is be a trapper. He does have these whirlwind skills, and he's implementing them at the perfect times, just like that, man. You know, just like that. Cut him open, but he doesn't want to over-rely on it, because when he whirlwinds, the area that he takes up on the screen makes him very vulnerable. It makes him very vulnerable to catching hammers. He has to choose a perfect angle to whirlwind away, you know, whether it's down or up, or cutting his opponent off just like that. Very nicely done from Jammy Jams. But it just increases the amount of area that he takes up on screen, and with how random and weird hammers are, it allows Brand to hit him with hammers. Very nice whirlwind there, though. That's exactly what he wants to do. Keep those traps up, kind of keep the distance, and then when Brand goes in, and when Brand tries to take advantage of him, tries to get these stomps in, that's where he wants the whirlwind away. But you know, oh my god, he just got hit with 2 Invisa hammers. He's like, he might even be charge PK, Hodo charge PK, Scourge charge PK right here. If you got a Scourge Hodo, you could probably finish him with charge. By the way, what's up, Dong? Cheers to you, my dude. And another cheers to Sunshine, man. Oh my, he's getting dangerously close with these whirlwinds. Like, he's getting dangerously close. I'm not sure. Let's actually pop over and see what Brand's life total is. I don't think he's low. Oh my god, no, he's low too. Brand is low. He wants to be careful charging around with cleansing, though. That might be considered abusive cleansing. Abusive healing auras. Especially in this matchup. Oh my god. And there it is, a whirlwind finish from Mr. Jammy Jams on his new Sin. Boy, he's making it 2-2. This guy, he's shoring it up here, man. He's shoring it up here. He might have also been cut, though, or poisoned. I could also factor that in. But one of the things, I just said that impulsively. We would have to gather more information. I want to say that. But he could have been poisoned. But typically, one of the most demoralizing things that Dins can do, you see it a lot in pub games, it's almost as annoying as Oridins, is when they put on cleansing and they just charge around, either chucking hammers or doing whatever they're doing. For character classes like Sins, it's nearly impossible to finish a Din that's doing that. You have to get a very clutch whirlwind in. Yeah, big jam, dude. He's showing some skills on this Sin, dude. Jammy Jams used to be pretty avid on a Din as well. We used to see him a lot on the Paladin. Now, this boy switched it up. He's got to be careful, man. The angles that he picks to teleport into, I would love to duel against a Sin that picks these angles to teleport into. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, my God. I would love that. He's like teleporting. He's getting dangerously close to those hammer fields. Claw block for the win. I'm pretty sure claw block saved him a couple of times right there. Oh my god. Join Sin Army? Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Big hits. Yeah, now he's in a lot of trouble, man. Now he is in a lot of trouble. He has almost a perfect life total, though. I mean, he can take 2 hams without dying. Look at that. Like, he's almost dead. You can't see his life total and what it is, but, like, perfect life total for this matchup. He can take an entirely different, another hammer. He might as well have 2,000 life. But I'm telling you, boys, those angles that he's choosing to whirlwind at is the death of him right now. He's choosing to whirlwind at these very weird angles, man. Very weird angles. Or whirlwinding too much in general in this matchup, I think, is very bad. But yeah, certainly he was punished for it quite hard there. He says, maybe change my setup. His opponent says, I feel honored. And I think, by the way, to your previous comment, Max, you're 100% right. I think you should, in this matchup, if you're Jamie Jams, you want to play as a trapper, and whenever your opponent decides to aggress you, whirlwind down. That's practically the answer. Oh, is that it? Is that it? These guys just going one more for fun? Is that GG? Is that GG? Does Brand get it? Oh my God. Is that it? I gotta add these results in here. It makes my life a lot easier if I add these results as they happen. If I add them as they happen, it makes my life 10 times easier. We got Root Volcathos, who won versus Joby. He was on a Sorceress. Joby was on his nasty VT. I hope I don't ever have to duel Joby, because then people will know I'm certainly not the #1 VT. Or I'm not the #1 Paladin. But right now, as long as I don't have to duel Joby, I'm the #1 Paladin in the DFC. As long as I don't have to duel Joby. Coooley wins on the Paladin Murder Den versus Bowie. Oh my God, dude. Reflex. Very, very good goal. Assassin. Hybrid. 4-2. Oh. Alright, so I think Coooley, yeah, it's FT4, bro. It's FT4. Yeah, it's FT4. I didn't know if y'all got a round in beforehand, but it is FT4. It's supposed to be FT4. It's always FT4. What do you mean tonight? It's always FT4. That's how we roll now. Yeah, it's always FT4. We changed that a few weeks back, just because FT5s take too long, and FT4s tell us the same thing 90% of the time. With the exception of, like, maybe me and Maddie's match, where I think maybe if it went FT5, he probably would have beat me on the Druid. Nice cut. Don't get greedy without Whirlwind, man. If I'm Jamie Jams, I'm not getting greedy without Whirlwind now. You flipped him. That's good enough, dude. I'm actually going to mute this because he's got game music playing, which means we can't play tavern music, which makes me make a very interesting decision. And I prefer the tavern music, but we might... What do you guys think? Game sounds or tavern music? You vote. I don't know if we could do polls, but y'all vote. Let me know. Tavern music or game sounds. This will affect every decision I make in the future. I agree. Adds consistency. Tavern. 100%. I'm listening to Mark because he's a channel member. If you're not a channel member, your opinion matters half as much. Oh my God, dude. He might be Mind Blast PK. Oh, these boys killing each other. Killing each other. So I believe it's still 3-2. I think that would have finished the duel. So it's 3-2, yeah. It's still 3-2. Unless it was 3-1 before. What was the score? What was the score before that? That duel just doesn't count. It's a draw. No, unfortunately, Mark. Unless it's like really low, like level 9 duels, you can Frost Nova your opponent or something. If you're doing like a level 9 Iron Man, Frost Nova can like slow your opponent. But like in high level dueling, no. It's like if you're running a Cold Sorceress in high level dueling and you're not running a full Vita Blizz Sorc, you're doing it wrong. That's basically how it is. I mean, just because you have Raven Frost, which is gonna not only stop you from being frozen, but is going to absorb a lot of the lower end cold damage. And all cold damage currently is unfortunately based off of that cold mastery, where it rips your target's resistances away, which I don't believe is how it should work. They should do it the other way around, make it work like all the other masteries. But it doesn't. And therefore, in PvP, a lot of different Cold Sorc variants are trash. You have to run a full Vita Blizz Sorc, or you have to do massive damage and rip your opponent's resistances away quite substantially. Otherwise, it's just not competitive. Oh, is it? They already FT forward? Okay, sweet. So was that? Oh my God, was that a Brand L win? Just to confirm, I'm gonna put Brand L in as the winner. Just to confirm, was that correct? In which case, I'm gonna swap over. But GG, man, that's actually a phenomenal win. A phenomenal win for Brand L, actually. Two Paladins that won over Assassin Hybrid builds tonight. Damn. Okay, GG. All right, let me pop over. Looks like in which case, sorry to keep you boys waiting. We've got Tempest on the roster. Dingus McGee, Demented. All right, let's pop into Tempest. Let's see how this new up and coming rising star in the DFC. See how well he's doing, what he's up against here. Going up against Professor Oak. Or at least Professor Oak is in the game, it looks like. Let's see what's going on. We've got Tempest versus Demented, and this is Shaman versus Barbarian. Smash versus this guy right here, Tempest on the Shaman, which is a fire druid essentially. Fire druid does physical damage and fire damage. And these guys are just getting it on, man. These guys are going at it. This is going to be a fun duel to watch. Especially with the new changes to the druid in the DFC rules, where druids can only have 50% block versus barbs. But
Yes?
the Shaman is very happy to have a barb come in, push the pressure, get close, get up close and personal, and eat those fissures, those molten boulders, that Armageddon. There's so many different, a variety of fire attacks your opponent is going to get hit with up close. And we're going to see how that pans out in this duel right here.
Hello.
What's up, Justin? Ban auras, yep. Put it on the docket for discussion. Paladin auras banned. We ain't having fun with paladins. Yeah, dude, paladins have been underpowered for a very long time. I think only recently we've crafted a rule set that sort of allows them to shine in certain circumstances, but still, if the screen's freezing here, don't worry, it's not on your end. It's on looks like Tempest. But yeah, like, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you boys. Like,
Good evening.
a lot of the consideration for many of the original rules that we originally set up in the early seasons of DFC were based on my experience with a paladin to see what was fair, what was unfair. Granted, they've changed a lot since then, but in case you ever wanted to know where the original core rules of DFC originated from, it was from someone who has played paladin for a good portion of his life and has, you know, seen a lot of duels on the paladin. And now I'm actually happy about that. I think somebody from a disadvantaged class who has a lot of experience on it should certainly have good say over the rule set, over the current rule set of D2R. But these days, although I do make you know, random changes every once in a while to surprise people, I oftentimes run them by a lot of other people who I would consider experts in the field. I'm begging my wife for love. Oh shit. Dude, this is what you got to do. Just tell her your dick turns into a pumpkin at 9 o'clock or whatever the next hour is on your clock where you're at. And that just says fucking shit or get off the pot. That's what you got to say. Just let them know. Just say, look, baby, my dick turns into a pumpkin here real soon. You're going to have to get it or it's going to go away for a while. Man, big damage here from both players. Professor Oak, a.k.a. Tempest, going in, getting some massive damage in there, almost connecting with a molten boulder, which is insane. Connecting with Volcano, Armageddon, and seriously putting the fucks to this barb right here. And Demented is no chump on a barb, dude. This guy, I'm actually scared of this guy. There's very few barbs that my Murdered is scared of, and Demented is one of them. Oh my god, big hits from Demented at the end there. I would like to check on, real quick, I would like to check on the Shaman's block percent. Holy shit, yeah, he's actually very low on life. I would like to check on the Shaman's block percent just to make sure he's not above 50, which is the new rules in the DFC. Looks like he's at 47, he's legit. It's very good, nicely done. Very well-built Shaman over here. See, and this is why we don't, like, Druids don't need serious block against Barbs. You see that Shaman just absolutely tearing it up. Now, the Barb also could use the 85-15 rule now. He could go 85 max res, 15 absorb, which I can imagine he's probably doing versus his opponent here. And it doesn't appear, at least in this matchup, to make a significant difference. Barb was taking a lot of damage there. Assuming that he is using that setup. We're not 100% sure. This is a very recent rule change that we're kind of gauging the effects of, but yeah, this is nuts. This is nuts. We'll watch it from the Shaman's point of view, aka Tempest, for this duel right here. Oh, big hits early on from Demented. But look at this, just a screen of absolute fiery death that Demented has to go into every time he chooses to Telly Stomp and go for a Whirlwind. And you see Tempest kicking by that Volcano, setting up almost little traps waiting for the Barbarian to come in. Not only does he have the Armageddon following him, he gets the Molten Boulder, teleports in front of it, has a Volcano set up most of the times. Like, very good. And Demented has to be opportunistic with how he Whirlwinds. Oh, and he's even got the Fisher. Oh, and there it is. Actually, a very nice stomp from Demented. Very nice hits from Demented there. And as a Shaman, you very rarely check the life total of your opponent. Oh my god, but look at that. He checks it at the end. He had him down to 25%, man. He had him down to 25%. The Barbarian. I think Max, I don't know if you're right about Dwarf and the new rules negating the Shaman, dude. I don't know about that. This is a Barbarian with shit tons of life, and he's still getting almost ganked by this Druid here. I feel like this is a fair change. I feel like this is fair. We could also kick over to Demented, though, and see what he's rocking for his fire gear. Yeah, it looks like he has Infernos, and possibly, I didn't quite see his ring there, but possibly he does have a Dwarf. Yeah, he does have a Dwarf. Yeah, he's going by the new rules, and he's still almost getting smashed. You know, even having this, you know, this 25 or this 50% block restriction from the Druid. I think this is completely fair. I'm happy with what I see so far. $90-15 now. Yeah, let's jack it up, dude. His Shaman's too powerful. Yeah, he's got the extra MDR on Vamp Gaze. That's a very interesting choice. I actually like that. MDR, and he's got Life Leech. Very, very cool. Life Leech, I don't believe, is capped on a Barbarian in the current DFC rules. All because Barbarians are what we consider an underprivileged class. Meaning they don't have a lot of good matchups. They're sort of like the Paladin right now. Paladin does not have a lot of great matchups. Barb is the same way. And probably right close to that list is the Amazon. And look at this, man. He's getting cracked by that Armageddon going in. This is insane. And this is hurt. This guy's got almost 8,000 life on this Barbarian, too. This is a huge life total, especially for having a Vamp Gaze. Oh, man. Nice hit from Demented. Yeah, loving these new fire rules. Loving them. I remember someone saying something about you can have a bad matchup. Yeah, you certainly can. I mean, they still exist, right? You still have, like, Cold Sword versus Wind Druid, bad matchup. You still have Paladin versus everything except Barbarian, which is a bad matchup. You still have Barbarian versus everything, which is a bad matchup. It just so happens that, like, these rules give them a chance so far. There's still bad matchups all over the place, I think. Oh, Shirley, we got to figure this out, by the way. I actually meant to hit you up. If it's possible, it's got to be possible to do rules for YouTube like we do for Twitch, right? It's got to be possible. We used to have commands, but let me link you to them, actually. I'm going to link you to them, Mark. I'm going to actually send you the link right now. It will be as though you hit exclamation point. It would be as though you hit exclamation point rules in the chat like we do in Twitch. Truthfully, I just got to stop being lazy. Oh, did you hit exclamation point rules? We got them linked in a Google Doc, just like that, man. Just like that, right there. That's where they all exist. It's kind of daunting. You kind of have to go in with a strategy, a plan. Oh my God, and Demented got there. What a close duel, man. Holy shit. That was close. I told you Demented ain't no chump on this barb, dude. I believe it's currently 2-1 in favor of Demented. I know, dude. I don't think there's, like, any command set up. I know, dude. Like, we gotta fix this. We gotta fix this, dude. Me and Shirley. I employ you for so much shit, Shirley. Just like, hey, by the way, this is fucked up. And I just assume Shirley's good. Shirley don't owe me nothing. Like, he could just be like, Coooley, fuck you. Figure it out. But he's a nice dude. That's why we love Shirley. He could be like, Coooley, you know I have a fucking life. You know what I mean? Like, you know I have my own shit to figure out. I only do this because I feel... I can hear what he's saying. He's like, I only do this because I feel bad for you. That's truthfully what he's saying. But he's the man. Riz Ghost versus Necro Dingus. Starting playing. Want to check in. Meantime, should... Looks good, not boring, like Trap v Neck or Hybrid versus Neck. Yeah, dude, this should be good. Yeah, I think Riz is phenomenal on a Ghost. He's one of the most exciting Sin players to watch for sure. Nice angle there from Demented and doesn't get punished at all thanks to the RNG here. Thanks to the RNG of what's going on. Oh my God, though, man. Tempest has some nasty molten boulders that he's throwing. I'm not sure if he should try to stunt like that against Demented, though. Now that Demented knows he's on that plan, throwing that molten boulder, he's going to be aware of it, and he ain't gonna get caught by that molten boulder. But the thing is, here's the thing about molten boulder, though, on a Shaman. It might actually be worth the risk for Tempest. Because if he does catch him, Molten Boulder actually does a vicious amount of damage and keeps knocking opponents back. So, like, the fact that Demented doesn't have a shield and can't block, that Molten Boulder always hits him. So it keeps knocking him back, doing a shit ton of damage. So it might be worth the risk, but you certainly have to hit your opponent. And at this point, I'd almost rather be casting Volcano or Fisher or something like that to really punish him for going in. Currently, I believe it's 3-1 in favor of Demented right now. Wow, this is insane, man. Actually didn't expect this. Remove Coooley's permissions to type in some channels. Ban me from certain channels. Yeah. I probably deserve it. Okay, those guys are going right now. Let me pop over, dude. We'll see if we can catch it. Riz, this is Riz going up against Dingus right now. Thanks for the heads up on that, Crafted. Appreciate it. Oh my God, dude. And we popped in right at the right time. Riz going in with this Ghost and finishing, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, dude, Dingus says you're quick. You goddamn right he is, dude. Riz is one of the quickest Sins ever. He'll catch a name lock on you. He'll Mind Blast and immediately follow up with a Telly Stomp Whirlwind, dude. This guy's a savage. I use Stream Elements now, I believe. Stream Elements. Yeah, duels. It's 2-0 Riz right now. Oh my God. And he's going up against the Necro, which is not a fun matchup, dude. He's gone up against other Necros before, and it has not been pretty. But this Ghost Sin right here, man, in case you guys were wondering the difference between this and like a Hybrid Sin or a Trapper or whatnot, a Ghost Sin is practically going to do all of his damage, all of her damage with Whirlwind. So that's what she's doing right now. That's what Riz is doing right now with his Whirl Girl here. And he's going to get most of his damage, most of his licks in with Whirlwind. That's where most of this damage is going to come from. Just like that, man. Big hits, big venom hits, open wounds, physical damage. That's what this guy is doing all in these Whirlwind hits right here. It's different than, oh my God, nice name lock from all the way down on screen. A perfect angle. Look at how quick this guy is, man. If y'all didn't know, y'all think this guy was using some sort of third-party program. Look at this shit. CT casting, getting up on you, mind blasting, catching you, stunning you, whirlwinding right when you don't expect it, man. Look at this. From off-screen, whirlwind down. Fuck those bone spirits, man. They coming at you, claw block for the win. That's just what this guy relies on. He knows he's played this Sin since the days of LOD, finishing with shit like that right there, mind blast, and even psychic hammer. This guy is just the man. There is no better. People who want to play Ghost Sin should aspire to be like Riz. Oh my God, that was the most dominant Ghost performance we've ever seen in the DFC. That shit was nuts. Caught up on your old vids over the last few weeks. Dude, I appreciate that, Mitchell. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad that you liked them enough to watch them all, dude. Cheers to that. Appreciate you, man. Glad you're enjoying them. Glad you're enjoying them. We try to put out nothing but the best, dude. I said that this channel right here was just going to be where I slap up a bunch of shit, but even here, I find myself trying to put up some good stuff that's worth you guys' time. Sometimes it's just clips that happen from stream, because honestly, I think we got the best D2 stream on the planet, right? Like, sure, Heidi pops D clones, Llama does some sick speed running and some cool events, but how many D2 streams can you pop onto where people are sipping whiskey and kicking ass? I'll be right here. I'll wait. I'll wait. Just let me know. I think we got the best one. And I would rather be nowhere else on any given Thursday or sometimes Friday nights. Very nice control here from Riz. This is just phenomenal to watch this from his standpoint, man. Did the Barb win? He might have, dude. If the duel is over, we kind of switched away to catch this duel. We wanted to see how this was going. This was apparently going to be a very fast-paced duel. We'll pop back over, though. If it's still going, likely Demented hasn't won yet. But if it's not going anymore, he probably did. Because he was up quite a bit. It was 3-1. Tempest is no longer streaming, so it looks like Demented quite possibly might have won. We'll pop over right after this round right here. It's currently, I believe, 3-0 in favor of Riz. So Riz just needs this round right here to make it a quick 4-0, which is actually insane versus a Necro. This is a very... Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God. Riz for the win, man. This guy's a savage. Yeah, we pop over to Demented here. It looks like... I'm not sure if these guys are still dueling. They're still kind of sitting over here, just waiting. These guys might still be. Who knows? But holy shit, dude. Riz just wrecked Dingus on a Necro. And Dingus, despite the name, guy's pretty good, man. Guy's pretty good. Nobody you should be taking lightly on any character. But wow. Riz just put an end to that shit real quick. Made it look easy. Made it look like Dingus just started or something. Like, that was insane. That was some of the most dominant ghost skills we've ever seen, dude. That was nuts. Absolutely phenomenal win on behalf of Riz there. Yeah, he won. He did win. Okay. Okay, good stuff. I'm just going to mark this down to make my life a little easier. I like doing this on stream. Or while we do it. Otherwise, I have to go track down all these duels later on. Demented versus Tempest. God, man. I got to say, I love the fact that we're seeing a lot of druids here. A lot of shaman druids in the DFC. I think that's really cool. I love these like newer builds that have really come into light because of changes in D2R. But I also just love seeing originality. Oh, look at this! They're showing off some shit here. So Fisher doesn't do much damage, huh? What about that Armageddon? Okay, they're showing off some damage here. Apparently Fisher doesn't do much. Yeah, almost no damage from Fisher. Well, I mean, that could also just be mostly fire. Try Armageddon. Okay, so he's at 3,400 life right now. Molten Boulder does a lot of damage, but he's got to connect with it. Yeah, Molten Boulder still does a lot. Check Discord, broski. Okay.
The Order welcomes you.
Oh, shit. Okay. Alright, let me try this out. So I go... Hold on. Oh, I have to go find you in those actual... Okay, hold on. Hold on. Channel settings. Okay, here we go. We have to go somewhere else. We're trying to basically, and I know it sounds like we're doing some super top secret shit because we are. But we're trying to promote Shirley to sexiest moderator. All right, following steps, swapping back and forth. Channel settings. Holy shit, this is complicated. Channel. I don't see it. Community. Moderator. Okay, I just see a spot for moderators. I can't choose the different type. It won't let me do, like, different levels of control. Hold on. Nope, it's just like you're either a mod or you're not, is how it's currently set up.
Yes?
Yeah, I'll look into it in a bit, dude. It's not that straightforward, though. I'll send you a screenshot later. It's like... actually, I'll send you a screenshot right now. Hold on. It's just like, it's not very intuitive. Like, I go to settings, and I go to... Like, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Boom. It just looks weird. This is what I'm seeing. Possibly I'm going to the wrong place, though. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm in no hurry right now. We in no hurry. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. I'm gonna do it after this, though, because I've been saying that I'm gonna do that for, like, weeks.
Good evening.
Okay, so what do we think, then? Do we... How do we remedy this? Because a fire sorceress should not have be held to the same standard. Should we just go back to 95 for shaman druids? And was he just on the 1585 plan right there when he was taking all that damage? He wasn't on something else, was he? How do we remedy this? Yeah, it's 500 damage on a 750 health barb. For the fire druid. Remedy something for the fire druid. So that they do an adequate amount of damage. So that we don't nerf them too much with the new changes. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. A little bit of pixelation here. Let's see if I can cut over. Tempest isn't streaming. I'm gonna cut over to Riz, see what he's doing. Is he still going? Riz is just still beefing it out. Like an absolute savage. Okay, hold on. Go back over to Tempest. It's like super pixelated. That's not on you guys' end. That's on mine. It's like super pixelated here. So if anyone wanted to try one, though, it would be horrible under these rules. Maybe just rules for ES Fireball Sword. The extra fire res would be horrible if anyone were to make Wake of Fire Sin, although those kind of don't exist. Yeah, I think there's certain builds that just died with the FHR changes, and Wake of Fire Sin was one of them. Because Wake of Fire Sin was never really good based on its damage. It was just good based on the fact that it could stun your opponent to death. Okay, so maybe we just say that you can't use Absorb versus a Fire Druid? But then again, that's on a Barbarian. I don't know. If we limit it to how it was before, where it's 95, that makes it so that they either choose dwarf or 85 res. You can't do both. So I kind of like that. It says it without saying it. I don't know. What do we think? Yeah, test more. I think, yeah, like, these were very close duels. They were very close duels. I'd be curious to hear Polytheist's thoughts on it. He's probably the most notorious, like, most legendary Shaman Druid player in PvP that I've ever seen. Okay, GG. I'll check that out in a sec. Put a stream. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see what you mean, Shirley. I see what you mean. It's not on YouTube. It's on. Okay. I got you, bro. GG. But I'd legit be the losingest member. I'm noob as hell. Dude, Mitchell, honestly, like, that was me probably a month ago. I've just been very lucky and got some pretty serious wins in recent history that has moved me up the charts to currently. Actually, I gotta see this now. Oh, I haven't really moved much. I'm still number 7. I'm actually kind of happy that that didn't move me up a rank. But this is currently what it looks like. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the rankings of the DFC. I just got a win tonight. Recent stats. Let's see how Coooley looks. Look at this. I lose far more than I win. I lose far more than I win. And I'm number 7. Dude, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, bro. This was a free win. This was by default. But other than that, look at this. I beat Maddie on a Necro. I beat Maddie on a Druid. Maddie is probably the reason I'm number 7 right now. I beat Dirty on a Trapper. I beat Reflex on a Hybrid. Holy shit, dude. Those are my wins. Zell Rambo, I beat him on a Necro. Holy shit, yeah, I did. Damn, boys. But I lost to, look at my losses. Druid, Assassin, Necro. If you wanted a heads up as to what I'm weak against, I can't beat Druids. It's just I got lucky with Maddie. 6-8, not bad, yeah. Wins are the only thing that matters. Wins are the only thing that matters in the DFC. Like, no matter how many times you lose, when you start racking up the wins, that's what matters. That's what moves you up. Doesn't matter how many times you lost. You lose, whatever. It is what it is. Doesn't really count against you. The only time a loss matters is if somebody else has the exact same amount of wins and the round losses come out the same too. Then it looks at your losses. And then it will compare you to that other player. Oh, hell yeah, Mitchell. That's what you got to do, man. I feel like, especially with a game so developed, like D2, man, there's so much content out there. There's so much stuff to learn. You know, there's so many things to know. I think you're doing the right thing, though, man. Although I am also a big fan. Like, I still remember the day I got this game and played on my Barbarian. I thought I was the shit. Just jamming through. I thought gold was like valuable. I first became a millionaire on Diablo 2. And I think I celebrated that night. I think I was 15 years old. GG, boys. All right, yeah, more testing needed, I think. More testing needed for the fire rules. But right now, I'm not entirely upset with them. What a savage card we've had here tonight, boys. What a savage card. Stadium sent me a message. Ban Shadow Master. What's the game plan? Because the card says I'm fighting Max. Oh. Fight them both, Dirty. Fuck it. I'm just seeing this. This is like 4 hours ago. Fight them both. Fuck them. Kill them both. Take the title. I mean, I'd be okay with it. Ban sins. I've been saying it for a year. Ban sins. You are also saying ban any character with a digital vagina, though. Though that was also something that you typed. So I'm not sure. Like, Shirley just says a lot of stuff. Eventually, some of it's going to work out and be true. And probably be something to consider. But he says a lot of stuff. He says, ban Maddie, ban Joby, ban everybody. Who knows, someday, if Joby and Maddie are ever up in the Coooley headquarters again, and they can ban each other from my computer, that could happen. And then Shirley could be like, see, I told you. I told you to do it. I told you this was how to go. And we'd have to be like, yeah. He just says so much shit. By the way, I see Ed in the Discord, dude. I hope we get to see Ed fight tonight. Ed's on the card, man. Ed making a serious run here in the DFC. I'm actually pumped to have him here. Ed is up against Rambo. I'm not sure if these guys have set up this fight yet, but damn, that would be sick. Ed has a lot of different characters, man. Ever since he started building stuff back up, he actually put together a meme sorceress, a cold sorceress meme. It's all blue, which if you're gonna build one, that's how to do it. That's how to do it. I'm not sure if he's gonna win. He's looks like he's running a druid though tonight. He also has a necro. Like, holy shit, this guy's been busy, dude. He's got a druid. He's got a necro. He's got a meme sorceress. What the hell, man? Dan Joby 100%, yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, man. The best way to do it, honestly, Mitchell, is just pop into like either I would say a pub duel game, but you never know what you're gonna get there. You could pop into a pub duel game and people could just be bad mannering the shit out of each other. You could have people running around with Oridens just not letting you duel. You know, you could have a whole bunch of dumb shit going on. But you could also just pop into the Discord. There's also some like really good shit that goes on there. We often have some pretty good duels that happen there. A lot of good duelers, a lot of good people that usually that will show you kind of what to do, show you the ropes. You know, that's this Discord and Discords like it didn't really exist when I started dueling, and I think they've seriously changed the makeup of PvP. It's really good to have like a community of people that you can watch duel. You can watch it from their perspective. They can kind of tell you live over chat. We used to have Ventrilo back in the day, but you know, it's certainly different these days. Yeah, it's what you got to do sometimes, man. It's what you got to do. GG, boys. Is that it? Is there no one else? Is there no one else? I don't see anybody else streaming, but boys, I gotta say, what a hell of a night of duels. We actually saw some very rapid, fast-paced duels. Except for that Coooley guy, kinda... I don't know if we'll invite him back to the DFC. That guy... just borderline lates. It took forever. He said he practiced, but still looked like a noob out there. Yo, putting kids to bed? Okay, cool. Yeah, we could kick around a bit. Nothing pulls the community together like a single Oridin who gets griefed and then gets upset. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude. I gotta say, though, man. You guys have no idea the amount of thought that went into this den for this matchup. The amount of thought that went into this din for this matchup tonight was insane. We actually originally had this set up without life tap, which honestly, if I could go back and do it again, I probably would have done it without life tap again. Because seriously, I hated shooting the bow so slow. So slow. Like every time we shot the bow. Watch how much, literally watch. The second I step out and shoot the bow now, it just feels different. Like immediately feels different as opposed to what it was before. Like it makes a big difference. It doesn't seem like much, but like the Deadly Strike 20% IAS, like we were actually changing the way Bowie was dueling as we were, you know, with that bow and arrow. Yeah, that's true too. What level is the fanaticism? Does it make a difference? Yeah, it has to be like... This one happens to be level 10 for 30% increased attack speed. But like, we only put 1 point into it. I mean, technically it does make a difference, but like, you're going to have so much more of a difference from the 20% IAS on this. My other setups, the other items that I have for this guy, like I have this right here, which has two 15-15 joules in it for most, like, you know, Din v all matchups. Like, it just gives me the smite IAS that I need with any aura. You know, it gives me the bow attack speed. Like, there's a lot of good things. The fanaticism aura is just the... You should use that as the final boost to get to the breakpoints you need for smite, for, you know, for the bow. It's just a nice boost. It's a nice added aura. You should be able to hit it pretty close without it. Yeah, it's insane, man. I've been using this build since the days of LOD, bro. And it used to be a lot better then. This build used to be a lot better back in the days of LOD. Back in the days of LOD, dude, you could do this. Like, you could have the bow on the swap, right? And you could do crafty shit like this. You could name lock. You could name lock your opponent like this, and then switch to bow, and you would immediately be shooting. But now, you notice I was just running up. I was smiting, and then I was running up to my target. So, like, I'll smite, and then I'll swap to bow, and I'm still running at them. Back in LOD, you would shoot them. It was kind of cool. I would swap, and I would immediately have the name lock and be shooting, and now I walk up to them with a bow, even though I'm clicking guided arrow. It's really stupid, dude. So I do miss that about LOD. Even if you hold shift, it doesn't make a difference. Like, there's nothing you can do. That used to be one of the biggest tricks that I would do with my murdered in on LOD, but that you can't do in D2R. And it's a shame, because it isn't like this is like a really good build, you know, that is so devastating. It's just very fun and unique, but you don't have the option to do stuff like that in D2R, just because of certain mechanics that didn't carry over, like when they remade this game. Yeah. Yeah, they still haven't fixed it. Yeah, do it up, dude. Here, we should get a Discord command going too, but I might have something for you. I'm gonna get you this link, Mitchell, just because you seem like a cool guy, man. I'll hunt it down for you. It's actually on the main page of my main channel and this channel, I believe. But look at that, man. Here's the Discord link, just in case, bro. Just in case. Just for you, man. It's almost like you typed !! Discord. We'll get these commands set up eventually. But yeah, I mean, this whole build, dude, it was nuts. Geared just towards this matchup. Geared specifically towards this matchup against the assassin, which I almost lost. I don't know, man. It's the holiday season. I don't know if we should be bullying people. It's the holiday season. Everybody's trying to do their 22 Nights of Terror. I feel like we ought to have a little bit. We gotta have a little bit of respect with our PK characters. Just have a little bit of respect. It's true. It's certainly true. I mean, it's 22 Nights of Terror certainly gets a lot more terrifying when God pops into your game and starts killing your whole bail room. But do you think that's something God would do during the holidays? By the way, speaking of which, dude, I got some new ideas. Apparently, people really like on this channel those griefing videos. I already got some new dudes in mind, dude. I want to make a level 59 Paladin, 59 Charger that can one-shot most Hell game, like most players in Hell games. I want to make like a Fire Sorceress for Hell games too, but we've already seen the Fire Sorceress. Goddess is pretty dope. You know what I mean? She does her job. Yeah, it's like the holiday tax. Yeah, there's a lot of ideas I got, man. I also thought about making an enchantress with a bow mercenary that just snipes people from a distance, but I almost feel like half of the entertainment with PKing people is being up close and personal and hearing them die. I know that sounds weird, but like audio is so important in a lot of things. A lot of people overlook it. A lot of people think like, you know, it's all about the visual. I think it's all about the audio. Like the God video was so good because of like, you can hear the death sounds so clearly in that bail room. You can hear the opponent's like agony of defeat from their character when they get smashed by a level 30. Like that's what makes, I think, that video so good. Is like you can hear the agony from the digital character. So if you're like so far away, you don't get that. I think that's truthfully what it's all about, man. I know it sounds weird, but it's just true. It's just true. But yeah, we've got a lot of ideas. We've got a lot of ideas. We've got a lot of dudes that are now high levels, 90s on this account. Might have to start making characters on another account, dude. Just getting real. I suppose I could also do that, Shirley. You know me. Shirley knows. Shirley is one of the few people that knows how important audio is to me in every video I make. Even in the most recent video, there were some pieces where I doctored the audio because I was either talking over it and you couldn't hear the sound that I wanted to express. But people don't know that shit, man. I'm telling you, I think that's where it's all at. It's all in the audio, bro. All in the audio. Even if it's just a simple gamble sound. Yeah, I've been known to do it in post, but I don't like to create work for myself, okay? If I'm gonna kill somebody in a pub game, I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do it with original, true audio. Because there's something to be said for that, too. There was one very obvious one that I couldn't fix. There was one very obvious one. The other ones were not obvious, okay? I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. They were not obvious. There was only one that was very obvious, and there was nothing I could do. I couldn't figure it out, and I said, fuck it. But other than that, clean. Oh, is he? What character is he on? Wonder if he wants to get PK'd. Is he on ladder? I bet he does. I bet he wants to, bro. Well, yeah, voice cuts are easy. But I'm talking about background audio cuts, which is like 90% of the doctored up cuts that I make. Background audio. It's got to sound right, man. I don't feel good about it. You know what we should do, though? If Stadium's going to duel, this is what I'm going to do, boys. Let me send you the link for Stadium's channel so you guys can give him a follow. so you can give this man a follow on the Twitch, and we can pop over there. Let's harass him when he starts streaming. Let's harass him when he starts streaming against his opponent. Let me link you to this, boys. I'm gonna get this figured out for Shirley. I'm gonna upgrade his permissions so we can collectively kick some ass. We'll send you guys over there. This is Stadium PK's channel on Twitch. That's basically what we would dial into anyway. I think we'll end it there. What a good night of fights, man. What a good night of fights so far. Hopefully, with any luck, Stadium can work his way back up to another title shot here. Go up against Eleet again and take that title back. Stop Eleet's terrorizing reign that he's back delivering to his opponents at the top ranks of the DFC. Be insane. But boys, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, it sounds cool. It just probably wouldn't be for me, Toshus. It sounds cool, though. I hope somebody does it. It's just a lot of work even doing one DFC for one game. GG's. Boys, thanks again. I really appreciate you. Hope you guys have a great week, a great weekend, and a very Merry Christmas, boys. 3 days till Christmas. I hope we got all of your Christmas shopping done. Boys, have a great night. We'll see you very soon, Stadium. Peace out, boys. See you soon. See you in the Discord if you're not already there.